What's going on, man?
What is up? Are you prepared for glory?
Always.
Always. Jordan, what is going on, buddy? Man, something happened yesterday that was funny, and I literally was thinking about it before I came up here, and I literally forgot what it was. I think it was something somebody said yesterday in the morning.
Bro,
They'll come to me.
on the live?
Yeah, I think so.
He said I think so.
Um,
That's that plus 40 memory right there, bro. You start forgetting stuff.
go easy. Hey, hold on a second. Okay. All right, there we go. Hey, can you hear me drinking my coffee?
I can hear you drinking your coffee. I can hear you burping. We could all hear everything you do, bro.
Everybody hears everything.
Yep. Oh man, I'm about to get my cup of coffee right now.
Better get a triple.
Hey Trot, hey Drake.
What is
God bless
going
you
on?
guys. Hey,
Wow,
when are
you're
you gonna
what?
make me a mod? You haven't mod me yet.
What? I don't have any mods?
Mod. I'm not a mod. I want to be a mod.
Okay, hold on. I don't want to get the chocolato.
No, the chocolato.
She said, "I want to be a mod." I'm just like you say.
Hey,
Well,
you know what?
just because you want something doesn't mean you're
I,
entitled
I
to it.
was I was just gonna
Go.
you did hey, you beat me to it. I was just gonna say just because I want it doesn't mean I deserve it. You beat me to it.
Now, sometimes I got to be pointed out certain things. I just keep forgetting about that stuff.
Hey Dre, I was watching this documentary about places that are very dangerous to live because of natural occurrences. And I wanted to watch it because they were showing some flash floods, right? So I wanted to see it. And when I saw that town in Venezuela, it's a town, Dre, that they live on these houses that are like boat houses on the water. And
Yep.
300 days out of the year, they were showing the lightning, how it comes straight down to the water and everything. These people live with lightning storms, electric lightning storms, 300 days out of the year. I thought that was,
What?
yes,
Yeah.
I thought that was
300 days out of the
out of the
year.
year.
Now
That's
hold on. Now I
wild.
got to know. Okay, now I got to know this. Like, how, okay, come on. Come on. I'm not the only one thinking this. If someone is living in an area where there's lightning storms, approximately 300 days out of the year, I mean, are they seeing lightning strikes all the time, or is it just up there in the sky
Literally,
floating
they
around?
showed that it's a documentary on Netflix. I'll get the name of it and I'll give it to you. Not only that
Max,
place, they
hey,
were showing different
M-
places.
Max already giving you a hard time. He said, fact check that.
No, I'll give you the information. It's a documentary. I was dumbfounded.
She's not.
And I'm not
Not
talking
I
about
lying.
never,
little lightnings. I'm talking
I never
about,
heard of that. Yeah, I
I
Yeah,
never
thought it
heard
she's
of
was
that.
not
That's
lying.
crazy.
wild.
She's
It's
not
in
lying.
Venezuela. It's in
Yeah, she's not
Venezuela,
lying.
Dre.
Yeah, I know. We got the lightning issues, and we also have crazy floods like the city of Maracay, where I'm from, and through the beach, because in between
This
the beach and
city
Maracay.
started with an A. The name started with an A, and it was next to the waters because I just thought I was crazy. I was like, wow. And the
Huh.
people
Um,
live like that. That's how they live.
So basically, Venezuela didn't do any geographical location checks before they started building stuff. They just just started building stuff places.
Well, no, these
That's
people
probably.
literally built their houses in the water. Their houses are
Oh,
like, yeah, they're like boat houses that where they're built
oh,
on
okay,
the
I
in the
see.
water. Yeah, like that. It's
And
pretty cool.
it raises up and floods the houses sometimes.
Well, no, it's not. It's
Oh,
not an issue of floods. It's an issue of lightning storms.
oh,
It's
I
not
was
like the
referring to.
rain. It's
Well, I was
lightning.
no, I was referring to the comment Dre made. He said that they have bad floods there
No,
too.
no, this
I was
place is
talking to.
actually on the
so
water. No, no, this place is, they literally live like this. You know how like you
Yeah.
see in Thailand, they live like on the water. Their houses are on the water. It's
So
pretty
what do they?
cool.
How do they get power? They just probe a bunch of trees out there and they get electricity from the
I
trees,
don't
or what?
know. They just, I don't
Oh,
even think they have powers in those houses, to
So
be
there,
honest
there
with
it
you.
is right there, Trot. Look, this
There
is
you go.
New York Times, a place where there's lightning strikes almost 300 days a year.
Look at
And
it.
there it is, the village of Congo in Venezuela along Catatumbo River. Lightning happens. It's in Maracaibo's lake house or lighthouse.
how
Sorry.
often? Hey, how often? I mean, I'm not asking for a number here. I'm saying, like, okay, let's say you're right there in that area. Like, are you saying like maybe every hour or 30 minutes there's a lightning strike right there, like within a
300
mile
times a
from you,
year.
Well,
or
it says
what?
300
Like,
it
times a
says
year.
it says almost 300 days a year where lightning strikes. So it doesn't like it's not like it's lightning all day long.
oh,
It's just that at
strikes.
one point,
Yeah, it
yeah,
strikes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
I
Oh, okay.
thought
Hold
that
on. Hey,
was
go back. Go back.
weird.
Go back. No, all the way. All the way. All the way to the top. Let me see. No, all the way. All the way. A
That's the
place
top,
where
bro.
lightning strikes almost 300 days.
I'm
Golly,
telling you,
bro. So
that blew my mind.
how many people are getting hit by these things?
Well, they're very careful about it. They're used to living in that atmosphere, so they know it's like, I guess they're used to, they know what to do and
They
what
go in the
not to
house. They
do.
probably stay in the
Look
house.
at that, Trot. Look at the sky.
Uh, God must be mad at them. Venezuela, bad people.
And the lightning comes
God's mad at
straight
them.
down. It comes straight down on the water and everything where they live. It's pretty cool. I mean, it's not cool, but it's a little
There it is.
scary.
Yeah.
Catatumbo. It's in the estado Zulia. It's in the state of Zulia.
All right.
But
Don't be getting all crazy on us here now.
but you know what it is, Trot, too? Like
Start story, ma. What?
Venezuela is a very unique country in the sense that we have sand dunes, we have snow, we have the obviously the rainforest, we have the beaches, we have like every single climate in one country all at the same
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, no, I heard
All at the
about
same
that, man.
time.
Yeah, I heard about that. I heard about that. There's some people, like within, I don't know if they say in 3 days or 2 days or something. They try to go do all of them like in a week, less than a week.
Yeah, you can
Like
do that for
they,
sure.
they try, hey,
Yeah.
they go skiing, hey, they go snow skiing, and then they go riding four wheelers on the sand. Then they
Yep.
go to the beach. Then they go to
Yep.
and it's like they want to hit everything. And I'm like, oh, that's probably not too many places you can do that.
You go from horseback riding on the sands of the beaches to skiing to sand duning to going to the rainforest, and I mean it's like everything
Yeah.
at all. And the thing about it's like it's all going on at the same time in Venezuela. So depending on what area you go to, it's year round snow, year round beach.
Yeah, I seen so like in California, I don't know a whole lot about it, but when I was in the service, there was a couple of people that I knew that were from California, and uh, he brought his pickup from there, and his truck was made like one of those Ford Raptors,
Yep.
the real ones though,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
but his was he had a Dodge, but it was built like that, like the suspension on it, if I'm not mistaken. Now we are talking, early 2000s, I think. I want to say back then he told me that the suspension was like 20 grand. So like today that might be 40 grand, bro. I don't know. But when he told me the number, I was like, "What? Like why would you pay that much?" I mean, it was pretty and orange and all that and nice. I was like, "I don't understand." So he showed me pictures of what he did out there in California, and they jump these sand dunes
Oh
like it
yeah.
is a sport. And
Yeah.
now people that have extra money, they have a specific pickup that they use for this. But this dude uses his regular pickup. So like
Well,
he goes from sand jumping.
probably used to, because it's Venezuela. It's not what it used to be.
No, he's staying in California. This is in California.
No, I'm saying in California, but the point actually that I'm getting to is I guarantee they do something like that in Venezuela, dude. If they got sand
Oh, they
dunes,
do. Here's the thing
yeah,
about the thing about California. This is why I love California. California really, 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 really reminds me of Venezuela a lot. California is very similar to Venezuela in the sense that it has everything all at the same time. Well, not snow year round. Like Venezuela does have snow year round, but that's because of Man, I forgot the name of that
Then,
place.
then if that's the case, Trey, why are you Venezuelanos all in Fort Lauderdale?
Well, because it's the closest to Venezuela, really, and California's too expensive. So
Uh,
California's
Californians
too
don't want to live
expensive.
in California.
they're in West Palm
Gah.
Beach and in Fort Lauderdale. I
No,
did I
they
tell
believe it or
you,
not, they're over here
Dre?
too.
Did I
My two
tell you that
neighbors are
my
Venezuelan.
daughter's boyfriend is from Venezuela? He was born there, but then he came here and they became American citizens and everything.
Yeah, he's like me.
Yeah.
Then that's how I was. I was born there, but I was.
Oh, and I'm gonna tell you something. What a gentleman. What a
You heard,
well-raised young
Jesse?
man, man.
Oh
Dre,
My
yeah,
I love
neighbors,
that
there's a
kid.
lot over
I
here.
love that kid. He is what an example, man, of being just I can't put him on a higher pedestal because I am blessed that when I prayed for my child when she was born, before they were born, I always prayed that God would bring them a good, partner, a husband to be, and I have been blessed. Man, what a young man!
yeah.
Yeah, my
Venezuelans are usually pretty good. We get raised. We get raised right.
What a young
yeah.
and his family. Oh, if you ever come
Yo,
down
you
here,
heard Dre?
man, que familia,
Uh,
amazing.
um, my neighbors are Venezuelans. There's a large community over here
Oh, Bill,
in
go tell your neighbors. Be like, hey, oye,
ceviche.
dile, hey, pachamo, I'm un ceviche.
Yo, you know what he
They're gonna laugh
gives a
at you,
lot?
bro. They're gonna laugh at you.
Yo, he planted a papaya tree, and y'all make this sweet dulce de papaya.
Oh yeah,
Oh my goodness, yo, it's delicious, bro.
yeah.
Delicious,
I
yo.
can't even go visit my family in Venezuela. Can you believe that? Like, I'm not allowed in the country
Yeah, I know.
Oh yeah, why not?
Yeah,
because I'm a U.S. citizen.
Boy, it's
yep.
communist, man. Venezuela is people
Oh,
are
so Venezuela
listen.
doesn't allow
We
U.S. citizens?
no, it's
Well,
not.
No,
Well,
no. Listen. It allows U.S. citizens if you are born an American. I was born a Venezuelan, so in my U.S. passport it says birthplace. It says Venezuela. So when I get there, they'll let me in the country, but they won't let me out the country without a Venezuelan passport. And I cannot get a Venezuelan passport because they don't have the materials to make passports right now. And all the U.S. embassies, or I should say, all the Venezuelan embassies in the U.S. were kicked out, and vice versa. So for me to get a Venezuelan passport, I got to go to Ottawa or I got to go to Mexico, and I haven't gone to either one. My cousin went to Mexico last like 6 months ago and got his passport in Mexico, and then he went to Venezuela. But I don't have my Venezuelan passport is expired, so I can't go in the country unless I want to stay there.
So
Venezuela is becoming communist, bro. Man, people have
becoming
lost. The people have.
becoming.
Oh, they already are. It's
Oh
sad.
man, they've been like that for 10 years already.
It's very
More than
sad.
that, like 20, bro.
It's
Oh, has it
very
already been
sad.
20? God.
Yeah,
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 it's
yeah.
sad.
Yeah.
Ever
Yeah.
since
There's
when Chavez got unalived by the Cubans,
by
he
the Cubans.
it was the Cubans, bro. One hundred
Yeah.
percent,
Okay.
it was
All
the
right. It
Cubans.
was the Cubans. Okay. Cubans
No,
did
it
it.
really was, man.
Okay.
It
Okay.
was. It was. No, it
We know it was
was.
the Americans, but yeah. Okay. The Cubans did it. Okay.
Well, it was the Cubans.
Hey, we
Yeah,
know it was the Russians. Okay. The Russians did it. Okay. Russian
yeah.
collusion.
No, it was the Cubans. But either way, he ever since he passed, the new guy, he's an idiot. I don't. He's not even Venezuelan, bro. I think he used to be a bus driver, bro. Can you imagine a bus driver as your president?
Bro, what do you mean? Hey, the guy that's president of Ukraine, I think he used to be like a stripper or
Yeah, yeah.
uh
A
or
unisex,
whoa,
a
whoa, whoa,
I
unisex
don't
whoa,
stripper,
Dre,
know.
Dre. You know, I was
a
a bus
unisex
operator
stripper.
for 22 years. It's not a driver; it's an operator. It's a totally different thing, brother.
No. Here's the
All
difference.
right.
Here's the thing.
Now
When
you're
you're when
calling every bus operator dumb?
listen.
Hey,
When you're an American bus
Answer the
operator,
Oh,
question,
wait a
can I
minute.
finish?
Esteban.
I will.
Answer
Can
the
I
question.
You got the
can I
song
finish?
Bus Operator. Oh, that
When
was
you
you,
talk
buddy.
about a bus operator in the United States, you actually drive an actual bus. In Venezuela, it's a guagua, okay? It's not a
what is
bus,
that?
bro. He knows
What's a
what that is
Wawa?
because he's Puerto Rican.
I
What's
know
a
what he
Wawa?
meant. I got it. I got it.
A guagua for Puerto Ricans is basically a minivan.
Oh, wow, wow.
Me,
Hey,
me voy a
hey,
montar en la
Bill.
guagua ahora. Ahí viene la guagua,
Hey,
apúrate.
hey, Bill's doing what me and you do, bro. Like, you have Pogue, you have infantryman, both in the military, and Bill's like, hey, hold on. Me and my guys are operators. You guys over there, y'all are bus drivers. It's like, what do
I
you mean?
got
To
Mike
everybody else, it's the
Garcia
same thing.
as my. I got Mike Garcia is gonna be my what is that called? The person who runs your campaign.
The what? The spokesman?
Individual. They run
The
for president.
spokesman?
Campaign
The
manager.
your campaign manager, who is Mike Garcia? Okay.
Right.
No.
Check him
Oh,
out.
Dre
Hey,
Vote
is.
for
does
Bill.
anybody know what a CLR cycle is? I have no idea what that is. A clear cycle? I don't know. I have no idea what he's saying.
Where do you go through a CLR cycle?
It's a descaling solution we sell in Canada. Oh, okay. You know, because my name says Dre Descaled.
Oh.
That's
Well,
funny. Yeah, I did a spiritual one.
yeah.
Hey, Trot, have you seen the series on? Do you have Netflix? I don't even know if Trot has Netflix. He
I
probably
don't know. I don't know what we got. We might. I mean, we
he's
got a
probably
bunch of apps. I don't know. Wow. What's up?
inside of well in Netflix they have a documentary called Chimpanzee Empire, Chimp Empire. It's
Oh
actually
Lord.
really good, man. It's really good.
No, I need to watch. I need to watch the Viking thing you've already told me to watch about 10 times. I keep forgetting.
Oh yeah, that's good stuff, man.
No,
Vikings.
I need to check that out. And
Yeah.
then there's two of them. Remember, you were talking to somebody about
No, the good one is the one on the History Channel,
Okay,
Vikings.
well,
That's the
I'm
real
gonna
one.
watch that one for sure. I'm gonna
No,
watch that one for
that's
sure.
like that one's more like historically accurate too because it has to do with Ragnar how do you say his name? Ragnar Lothbrok, which was an actual Viking, and his boys were actual
Yeah,
Vikings.
yeah,
So
Wagnar.
yeah,
Yeah, Ragnar. They
yeah.
probably got a movie called that, bro. Ragnar.
They do. They have a lot of movies about it, but they're all trash, bro. Honestly, they're real bad. But the actual Vikings one, their actors are good, their accents are good, the storyline is accurate. I like it a lot, bro. It's like really.
Yeah.
I watched it. I watched it twice, bro. And
No,
like
I'm gonna
years
watch it,
later, I
man.
watched it again. Yeah,
I'm
it's
gonna
really
watch
good.
it. How
Don't
many
you love
seasons are there? Just
Loki?
one season?
No, bro, it's
Trey,
like eight.
yeah,
Oh man, I'm gonna do it.
don't you love Loki?
No, that's something else, bro. Loki is you're talking about something.
He's talking about
That's
Thor.
Yeah, he's talking about Thor. That's what I meant to say. Loki is
No,
something
no,
different.
that's not this guy. The one that he went to the island with the other Vikings to start off new. He was trying to remember he was the right hand
Oh, you're
of
talking
Ragnar.
about his name was Floki. Floki.
Floki, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
Floki. Yeah, Floki. Yeah.
Smokey. No, that's from a movie called Friday.
No, Floki. Floki. Floki.
Floki.
Yeah, he was a well-known boat builder for the Vikings. Somebody said
Oh, a
Dre
boat
speak
builder.
Spanish with Jesse. What? Jesse can't speak Spanish, bro. She speaks Puerto Rican.
She speaks Puerto Rican, bro. Hey, some of the words are the same.
Yeah, I know.
What's up?
Bruh. Bruh, what is going on, bruh?
Hey, I watched this movie with the warden yesterday. It's called American Sniper.
Yeah.
Bro, that is a sad movie, man.
Oh
Well,
yeah,
Like at the
that's
ending,
Chris
dude.
Kyle.
Yeah,
hey,
dude.
you know why? You know why the movie's called American Sniper?
Why? Why is that?
Because it's what American snipers do.
Huh?
No, he is the American Sniper. That's why they called it American Sniper.
No, if that was the case, it'd be called the American Sniper. It's called American Sniper
Yeah, but it's about
because
him
that's
because
what that's what.
he was the American Sniper overseas. He was the known one. Whether he had all the kills or not, he was the one that the name was circulating throughout all Iraq.
How many American snipers are there?
A lot.
Oh, okay. I was just making sure. I was making sure. I was just making sure. I was
Hey,
making
man,
sure you knew
he
that
he
part.
got unalived by a veteran, man. That's messed up, dude. He was just trying to
Yeah.
help people.
Yeah, it
Yep.
was a Marine, which is the most embarrassing part.
Yeah.
No,
Well,
he was a
you know.
Navy SEAL, bro.
No,
Oh my
the guy
lord.
who unalived a Marine, bro.
It
Yeah.
was God's sovereignty.
There you go. It
Oh
was the
Lord.
sovereignty of God. God did that.
It's predestined to happen.
Yeah. It's predestined. God knew it was going to happen, and He didn't stop it, and He could have. Oh my
Yep, poke
lord.
bar. Poke bar. It was a Marine Corps veteran that unalived him. We got him
Eh,
and Lee Harvey Oswald. We just got a terrible reputation in that sense.
yeah.
These guys, unalived presidents and heroes.
Yeah. This guy, he waited for him to turn his back and lost it. But
Yeah.
Hey, you guys know one of the seven wonders of the world is this place, man. There's this place
In
where
Venezuela, yeah, I know. It's called the Angel Falls.
no. It's this place where
what?
it has like lightning like 300 days a year, bro. And that was a trip, man. I saw it. I think I was on Facebook or so.
No, that was in Venezuela. Jesse's been talking about that for 2 days now. What are you talking about?
Oh, I didn't.
Go. Oh.
I see it
Uh,
in
uh,
Facebook. I saw the documentary.
oh my
Jesse funny.
lord.
She's like,
Go.
you're just an operator. I mean, she's like, you're just a driver. I'm an operator. I saw it on the History Channel.
Uh, I object to that comment.
You break
Yeah.
up.
Oh man.
Hey, so
Yeah, I will.
I was reading Genesis 3 to the warden, man, and
Yeah.
I went over the garden with her, and so I started asking her questions. I was like, all right, so I was explaining to her, okay, so in the Bible, it's the dirt represents or the ground represents our hearts, but what is the good ground? I asked her, okay, so this is our heart, and this is whose heart? And she's like, oh, that's God's heart. I was like, okay, so Eden is God's heart. And I was like, who showed that to you? And I was he was all like, the Holy Spirit, of course. I'm like, exactly. So she's starting to understand, man. We had a time.
Yeah. No, you always got to point out. You always have to point out who told you that, because you have to get them to answer the question. Somebody trying to talk?
It's Flip, bro. Flip is like underwater somewhere.
Oh, yeah, Flip. It sounds like I'm talking underwater under your.
Hey,
Whenever
Trot,
you.
did you see what the eighth wonder of the world was, according to your brother?
The eighth wonder. Oh my lord. According to who?
To your brother.
Oh my lord. Hold on. Let me look. Y'all hear about the eighth wonder of the world? King Kong. That is stupid. Yeah, I need tickets. Can we go see him? I want to go see him. It's like every time that they make a new King Kong movie, bro, he's always like 10 feet taller than the last one, or 20 foot taller,
The last time he was like the size of like the Empire State Building. The last time with him and Godzilla was fighting, I was like, bro, like he's ginormous now.
Yeah, like bro, the next time they do it, bro, his foot's going to be on the earth and he's just going to be in space. Like, that's how big he's going to be.
I love Mighty Joe Young. Mighty Joe Young was the best.
Oh, Mighty Joe Young. Yeah.
I was trying to watch Spaceballs, man, but they don't have it on none of like the regular the regular app or anything like that, man. You got to pay for it. I'm like, I'm not about to.
Oh yeah, bro. That's a super classic. You're definitely gonna have to pay for that. They're not gonna let that one go for free, man. Yeah, that one, because that one's got royalties on. There's some movies that don't have any royalties on them, but that one definitely does. That's got man. You need to hurry up and see that, bro.
Yeah, I'm about to bite the bullet.
It's about the Schwartz. Oh man. Oh yeah.
Pick through the...
Yeah, use the Schwartz. So in that movie, it's not the Force, it's the Schwartz. Oh, it's hilarious.
Mighty Joe old now. That's what Poke Bar said.
Now it would be Mighty Joe old. Yeah, you ain't lying. Mighty Joe of ancient times.
More like Mighty Joe asleep with the Lord.
Oh my Lord.
He gone, bro.
Yeah. Hey, bro, don't be giving away none of the movie, bro. God, my brother, man, I swear, bro. Giving away the movie. I'll tell you what. You can't tell either one of my brothers. You cannot tell them that you have not seen a movie. They will ruin it for you in 30 seconds.
On purpose.
Do not let them know that you haven't seen a movie. Every time, bro. And you know what? It's been years, and I still do it. I'm like, oh, bro, is that movie good? I'll say, hey, bro, is that movie good? I haven't seen it yet. Oh, especially Poke Bar. He's like, bro, you haven't seen that? Oh, man. And if my other brother's right there, I have to leave the house. I'm like, that's it. I got to go. I already know what's going to happen. I got to go. I have to leave. Every time, man.
Like Poke Bar, I haven't seen American Sniper. What, bro? He dies at the end. You have to see it, bro.
It don't matter. Hey, and I still hadn't seen American Sniper. There's a whole bunch of movies that I haven't. I'm like, man, I was there. I don't want to watch that.
Sniper was good. Mike Garcia said, Dre, your dad might have Spaceballs on VHS. Ask him.
Hey, bro, he might.
Yeah,
bro, he might.
I haven't asked him.
Bro, if he watched Star Wars, there's a real good chance he's gonna have that on VHS.
I might have to hit him up.
Hit him up. Tell him what's going on. Let's see.
I don't even have a DVD player anymore. Imagine that. Like, how do you?
They still? Well, yeah, but do they still make those, or do you got to go to like a? You probably got to go to like a.
You can buy a DVD player. You can buy a DVD player. They sell DVD players still. Like usually, my son.
No VHS, bro. VHS, not DVD.
Yeah, they sell those still too. You can go to the store and buy one.
Are you sure?
Bro, you can get one on Amazon right
sell
now.
VHS in the stores no more.
Oh,
you can buy one on
right. Amazon
right now.
I guarantee you, China still makes them bad boys. Guarantee it.
My dad has an old record player, bro. Like literally like the one where you pick up the little stick and put it on.
Bro, you know they're starting to bring those back.
Yeah, they're cool, man.
They're making them. Hey, they're making them brand new. Like they are making brand new record players right now.
Yep, my daughter has one.
I was gonna say I just bought one a couple of weeks ago.
Yep.
Yeah, they're talking about the combo right now. What did Big Net? What did he say? I sell VHS players on eBay. Hey, Big Net, you serious, bro? Net, you serious?
I'm sure he is.
Hey, bro, there's like a lot of people like doing this, right selling stuff on eBay.
Yo, I'm looking at it right now. You can pick one up, a Sharp VC for $29. You got a VHS. They sell the digital converters as well. You got a Panasonic PVV for $38. Yeah, you can get the whole set. VCR, VHS transfers, $180.
God, they're still in the hundreds. I figured that thing be like $4.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie.
They're only going up.
I have my own eBay store. Golly, I was full-time eBay selling the last year. Hey, Big Net, so is the eBay selling gig, is that a legit gig? How much time is required in that? I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, I used to do it when I was in high school. When it first came out, I was selling stuff on eBay, making money as a side hustle. It's not bad at all, man. It's just for somebody like us that doesn't live close to a post office, it's kind of a pain in the butt, bro.
Post office? Why do you have to be by a post office?
Because you got to send the stuff out to the people, man.
Bro, what? You can't hire a company to do that part. You got to do it yourself. What in the world? So you become the.
There was a company that was doing that for a while. I don't know if they still have those around, but it cost I mean, now you're giving up some of your profit. Hey, I see Spaceballs on Amazon for $14 for the actual DVD, the Blu-ray.
To buy it,
Yeah.
bro, you should be able to rent it for like $3-4.
Yeah, go to Amazon Prime and become a member,
bro.
and just rent it and watch it on your smart TV.
Yeah,
man.
just rent that bad boy. Hey, actually, let me say this, man. And I'm sure there's other apps that do this, but there is an app called Voodoo. It's like it's an app. It's a Voodoo app. And you can purchase digital movies. And anytime you want to watch them, you just open the app and hit play. So you don't got to carry around VHS or DVDs or flash drives or take any space in your hard drive in your computer. You just go to your app on your TV, boop, and you pick the movie you want. Excuse me.
Bro, Spaceballs came out in 1987. My goodness, bro.
Oh, yeah, Bubba. I was probably 10, maybe 8, 9, 10 the first time I saw it. Yeah, I was young.
About the history of the world. Everybody remember that one?
The History of the World. What?
Oh, okay. I can rent it on Amazon Prime for $3.49.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah. Yeah.
It was a comedy. History of the world. If you ever get a chance, it's ridiculous.
Hey, why don't you find it and put the picture on your screen there, Bill, so I can pop it. I don't even know what that is. History of the World.
Right now.
Guys, if you guys haven't watched Apocalypto, I highly request.
Oh my Lord!
That movie.
Yes,
that is a great movie.
Dude.
You probably
It's
don't want to
awesome
watch
movie.
it with your kids though, but it's a great movie.
Oh,
An amazing
that
movie.
scene with the helicopter. My God.
Bill, put the picture on your screen, sir.
I'm down.
He's talking about Platoon, bro. When Buddy was getting unalive while running to the helicopter.
Oh my Lord!
Oh no.
Hey, Joppa, Jaguar Paw, all the way, bro. Yeah, Jaguar Paw.
Who was that? I don't know.
That's the main actor. The name of the main actor in the movie, Jaguar Paw.
Of Platoon?
No, Apocalypto.
Oh,
Hey, when he was
yeah.
Hey, when he was getting chased by those guys and he made it down that waterfall, Bubba, as soon as his feet touched that ground, Bubba, he's like, I am Jaguar Paw. And he points at the land. He's like, this land is from my family or something. He's like, I've been hunting here before my father's father. Come down here if you dare. I was like, man, y'all better not go down there.
Yeah, right. Y'all better not go down there.
This dude is telling you, bro, like, I grew up right here. And he's like, and the guy looks around. He's like, well, there's like 8 of us. Oh, we're going to come get you. And I'm like, oh, man, this is going to be bad. Hey,
The way,
and then
the way he had the
more
traps,
clear.
all the traps were already preset that he knew where they were at and everything.
Bro, that's what I'm getting at, bro. He made it clear that we hunt on these grounds. What is he telling you, bro? Just that phrase alone is letting you know that there are projectiles waiting for you to come through here, bro. Booby traps. You better not.
Yeah.
And he looks around. He's like, man, there's 8 of us. And he tells the one guy, go. Everybody's scared to jump. Finally, they jump. I'm like, oh, this is about to get good. That's a good movie. If you ain't seen that, matter of fact, get out. Matter of fact, get out of the room if you ain't never seen that movie. Hey, it's gonna be like 2 of us left in here.
Taylor, you know this, right? He demanded it right away, but now he's just yapping away.
Yeah, I had it on Voodoo too.
And Taylor had it up for a long time.
Hey, you see that thing that he Mel Brooks.
What is that? Mel Brooks, History of the World.
Yeah.
Man, why does that look? Man, that looks familiar, bro. Hold on, let me.
Part 1, part 2, hysterical.
Yeah, and they got it on Voodoo.
Is it
You
a
can rent it for $4.
Is it a comedy?
Comedy, hysterical. It's just spit.
If it's from Mel Brooks, it's funny, bro.
Yeah, Mel Brooks is already. Let me see if I can pull up a.
Yeah, Voodoo's got it for rent it. You can rent it for $4. But yeah, it's hilarious.
Let's see. Where is my? I'm looking for it. Okay, here we go. Right here.
Mel Brooks did Spaceballs, Mike. Yes, he did.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah.
That-
What? Hey, what character? What character is Mel Brooks in the history of the world? Because he's in Spaceballs, isn't he? I think Mel Brooks is in.
Did them all. He created it all.
No, I know. I'm talking about the actor. Like what part? I want to say he played in it.
He plays a bunch of parts in History of the World. It's hysterical.
Yeah. No, okay, so I remember. I remember Mel Brooks is I don't want to ruin it, but matter of fact, it's not going to ruin the movie. But you know, Spaceballs is Star Wars, right? It's just a spoof of it. But Mel Brooks plays Yoda, pretty much.
Here's the trailer. You want to watch? You want to watch the trailer?
Trailer of what?
Of the History of the World.
Yeah,
Yeah,
play the
bro.
yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna mute.
From the naked dawn of man to the magnificence of the Bible.
The Lord Jehovah has given unto you these 10 commandments.
That was Rome. To the dark evils of the Spanish Inquisition.
For now begins the Inquisition.
To the French Revolution with its squalor and its splendor.
The peasants may grow violent. They are my people. I am their sovereign. I love them. Go!
History of the World, Part 1, starring Spit the Beta King.
More women! More wine! More!
And submit to the king. That's the one.
You beautiful women.
Shove it. Let's end this meeting on a high note.
Hey, what country you from? Ethiopia. What part?
On 25th Street.
I'm Miriam. I'm a Vestal Virgin.
I'm really sorry to hear that. Should have been here over 30 grains ago.
Please banish me.
Gee, I just ate.
Drama.
Do you require a blindfold? None. Have you any last words? None. Just the guilty.
Action.
Where are you going? I don't know.
Romance.
Oh my God.
8:30.
Spectacle.
The Inquisition. What a show. We know you're wishing that we go away. But the Inquisition's here and it's here to stay.
Golly, I mean, how many deviant parts do they have to have in this? Hey, is there a part 2?
Oh yeah, there's a part away, bro.
Oh my Lord!
Yeah.
Well, they took advantage of every
see the
opportunity
Moses
they
thing?
had. Why does that movie seem like it's 5 hours long? I mean, the previews are only usually like 30 seconds long. It's like 4 minutes long.
It's like a 3 minute. It's only an hour and 32 minutes long, bro.
The movie?
Made in
Yeah.
1981.
Oh my God! Well, they just showed us the whole movie. Golly.
Basically, but do you see the Moses part? He's like, God gave us
Oh.
15 commandments.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, that was funny. He's like, God gave us 15 commandments. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, that was hilarious. You guys are idiots. Yeah, I'm glad
What
I didn't
about
say the
Are
other
those
word.
the
Savage.
movies where
You ever saw Blazing
are
Saddles?
those the movies where God speaks out of the clouds like, hey?
Probably.
I thought y'all were making a musical.
Yeah, that's Monty Python.
A musical
Oh,
without
yeah, Monty
Pinky?
Python.
Not possible.
Monty Python. Yeah.
Monty
Yo,
Python.
He's like-
Crazy.
Yeah,
What
he's
about
like,
Blazing Saddle? Blazing
Oh
Saddles?
man,
Man, I haven't
oh
seen
no,
that
that
movie in
that
years.
movie is out of control. No, my
the
lord, no.
campfire scene. No, you can't help that. You know
Hey,
that.
somebody
That
said is Mel Brooks um oh man, what's he call his dad? What's his name?
Ben
Ben
Stiller.
Stiller. Ben Stiller.
hey, it might be. I don't know. Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Oh my lord, yeah, dude. He's like, I've come here on my steed. He's like, steed. He's like, there's no horses. Yes, there is. I'm on a horse. He's like, no, you're not. You're just clunking around two coconut halves. He's got this guy next to him that's like making the horse noise with two coconut halves, and he's trying to make the king believe that he's on a horse. Oh man. Oh no, it's not easy to laugh at that. You got to have some dry sense of humor, man. Them people got some dry humor.
Well, they actually tried to get horses for the budget of the film and couldn't afford it, so they did that instead.
Well, I mean, that dude, that's how the movie was made. Like, if they could get a budget for something, they would do it. If not, then they would just put it in there and they would make fun of themselves of not actually having the thing that they needed. That's what made it, that's what made it so funny. And it's hilarious. The show's hilarious, but the humor is so dry, man. Like, if you were to give that to a grown man today, like in America, and tell him to laugh at that, you're not going to get too many laugh at it. They're going to see it very dumb, and he's when he's like,
I laugh too hard at that type of stuff.
What is your favorite color?
yeah, he says, he goes, and bring me a shrubbery. A shrubbery? A shrubbery. Oh man. All right, I'm done. Yeah. I'm telling you, it's dry, man. A lot of people don't laugh. Yeah, it's Bible time. What y'all got, man? What y'all want to discuss? Let's see. Man, I wonder why I feel like this thing ain't charging right.
The first seal in Revelation chapter 6.
Oh, my Lord have mercy. All right. I got one question. And this is all you're going to get out of me this is all you're going to get out of me when it comes to the seals. Watch this. If there was one seal on a scroll and you broke it, could you open the scroll?
No.
Hold on. Are the seals in Revelation navy?
Hold on. Oh, we're not talking about Revelation. Listen to my question. If there was one seal on a scroll and you broke the seal, could you open the scroll?
Oh, yeah. If there's only one.
No.
Of course.
Okay. So if I had a scroll in my hand and it had 7 seals and I broke one of them, could you open the scroll?
No.
Oh.
It depends on how you look at it. Some of them would have 7 on the outside.
The answer is no. This is the problem with the book of Revelation. The answer to that question is no. That's the answer to the question.
One scroll with 7 seals on the outside. The only thing I was pointing out is some of them would have seals within a seal, different things like that. You know what I mean?
Oh,
but according
my Lord.
It wouldn't be one
that
scroll.
It's 7.
Then it wouldn't be one scroll.
Yeah, but this is the problem with Revelation. They're like, yeah, but there were times that there were hidden scrolls within the scrolls of the hidden scrolls. Listen. The scroll has 7 seals.
And 7 bands on the outside.
I'm just going to use the word seal. It has 7 seals, and the scroll cannot be opened until all 7 seals are broken. Period. And so taking me to this verse and this verse, now here we go again, arguing about verses. Oh, my Lord. No, my Lord have mercy. Give me a headache. This is the problem. Is just some things are clearly seen, and for whatever reason, there are so many people, they don't clearly see nothing, So they argue about everything. And it's like, man, if you understood this little bitty thing right here, you wouldn't be saying 90% of what you're saying. Like yesterday, I had a guy just sent me a message, and he's like, hey man, oh no, I'm sorry. He didn't just send me a message. I made a comment on a video, and he's like, well, why do you say that? So now he's starting to, ask me questions about the Bible, and he may be atheist. I don't know. It doesn't matter. And he's like, I don't want to actually talk about the actual conversation, but I'll just say this. He was saying things like, well, God created evil, like he created evil. I said, okay, well, let's just go with that. God created evil. I said, for what purpose? So he doesn't understand. Again, this is on his own logic. So in his mind, he's saying God created evil, therefore God's evil. I said, all right, what would be the purpose of God creating evil? And he's like, oh, and he's giving me all these reasons. I said, okay, is God evil? And he goes, yes, I just told you that. I said, okay, is that what the Bible teaches? The Bible teaches that God is evil? It don't matter. I said, okay, here we go. So we're not going to even read the book. You're just going to come up with your own conclusion on what God is, when the Bible tells us that God is love. That's what it tells us. I was like, so wouldn't it make sense for you to at least agree that God is love? I said, bro, to even grow a little bit, you would at least have to agree with something that it's saying. You're not agreeing with nothing it's saying. You're just kind of making up your own stuff. And but my point is this. Hold on, let me finish this. The point is, the reason that he is saying God is evil is because he's not even reading the black letters on the white page. And I said, brother, have you read any of this? He's like, well, no. So literally, this guy admitted 100% that he's heard all the stories that God killed, unalived everybody in the Old Testament. And I'm like, bro, who told you that? That's what happened, right? I said, I don't know. Is that what happened? So everybody just stand around talking about what's in a book. I said, brother, how does that make any sense? I said, it's like you go into a library and you just go randomly pick 3 books, set them on a table, go grab 15 people and start arguing about what's in there. And you ain't even picked up the book. I said, man, you guys are driving me nuts, dude. That makes no sense. You would not do that to a book in this world. But because this book is talking about God, I don't have to pick it up. I can just tell you what it's talking about. Man, dude, people, listen clearly. People in this world are losing their minds. It's so funny that in this world, we know to plant seeds outside. We know that it's going to take time. Nobody gets mad because the seed's not producing a harvest in 2 days. Nobody gets mad about that. Excuse me. Then you take a book and you tell your teacher, I need to get 100 because I put the book on my table. What? Did you read the book? No, I shouldn't have to. Bro, this is the kind of mindset of people that is just getting more random. Like, well, it's just becoming more prevalent.
The reason I asked is because I had a dude yesterday. There was a video I commented on, and the dude's like, no, man, you're wrong. The rider on the white, he tried to convince me up and down that rider on the white horse was Jesus. I'm like, nope, you're way off, bro. But I know you don't. I know you don't talk Revelations and all that. So I was just aggravating you.
I don't talk Revelation because half the people, if not more, and you might be one of them, I don't know, are going to get mad. Because I'm telling you, if you are not,
I'm already mad at you.
I believe it. I know.
Hey, I heard yesterday an Islamic believer was talking to a Christian brother, and he was telling him, he's like, Isaiah 53, is it about Jesus? And he's like, yes. He's like, no, wrong. It's about Israel. And the guy, the young guy just could not, like, when he says in verse 4, like, I guess the version he was reading, it says like he had infirmities or diseases on him. Uh-huh. And he was like, so where? Show me in the New Testament where Jesus had a disease.
Yeah. Well, and then see that's another thing. And see, that's
God, bro.
Yeah, but that's another thing, right? So the arguing about, who sits on the white horse, right? Do you have an argument there? Then you got the argument about what you're saying that what did the person say?
Isaiah 53
Dre
is
would,
about Israel, not Jesus.
yeah. Well, the thing is, and here we go again. It is about Israel, but Jesus is Israel. So there we go again. See the problem? So you have people that's reading it that can see that it is Israel, and then you have people that reads it that knows that it's Jesus. The problem is, again, is both sides are arguing for one rather than understanding they're both right. Same thing with the Trinity and oneness. The problem is they keep going so far to the left or so far to the right that they can't see the other side anymore. So I mean,
repeat that repeat that again.
Which part?
About they go too far to the right.
Yeah, they go too far to the right or they go too far to the left. So the oneness concentrates on anything that they can to strengthen their argument of oneness. And then the Trinitarians, they go as far to their direction as they can, and it's all about the Trinity and it's all about oneness. And it's like, oh my Lord, bro, like you're both right, but you're going so far in the other direction, y'all both become wrong at the same time. And it's the same thing with Isaiah 53. Isaiah 53 is 100% talking about Jesus. So when someone says, no, it's not, it's Israel. Jesus is Israel. What are you talking about? What? How dare you? So now you're going to have the people that believe it's only Israel, and then the people that believe it's only Jesus, they're both going to hate you. And then you become a fool because you're sitting there arguing with them about it. It's a revelation. Everything in the Bible is a revelation. It's either been revealed or it has not. And I'm telling you, there are people that stick so strongly to something they've been taught 20 years ago. They are not going to let the Bible get in their way. 100%. The Bible is not going to get in my way. This is true. And the biggest one is water baptism and Trinity and oneness. Right. And then you get into modalism and you get into all these compartmentalizes.
Once saved, always saved.
Again, all of them, man. And it's like, oh, my Lord, what is hindering you from seeing the what's really being said here? Well, it's obvious, but, and then the argument is, oh, well, that person has the Spirit. And they're like, okay, well, this one over here has a Spirit, too. So everybody has a Spirit. So here we go. Everybody's got the Spirit. Yet everybody has a different revelation, and it just throws people off, dude. Anytime I'm talking to someone and they're like, hold on a second, man, I got the Holy Spirit. And I'm like, oh, my God. That's like literally I'm sitting in a sandbox and I'm playing with my He-Man, and someone's like, I got a He-Man, too. And I'm like, well, go get it. Well, it's at the house. And I'm like, okay, well, what did you bring? I didn't bring nothing. So you didn't bring nothing, but you came over here to tell me that whatever toy I have, you have. Oh, man, dude. Come on, bro. Like some of this stuff, this is how you know people never played in a sandbox with other kids, okay? Because some of the kids already learned what that stuff is, and the other kids still ain't learned that the other kids can see what you're doing. Whatever you have in your hand, they got it too. Oh, you got that? Well, I got that too. Well, I didn't have to tell you that I had a He-Man. You can see it. So you think you take my power away by saying you have a He-Man? I'm still going to enjoy my He-Man. It's like the most childish junk, man. Like, golly, I learned that when I was 6. Oh, well, I got a He-Man too. Okay, good. Go play with yours. And I'll turn my back, start playing with my He-Man. And before you know it, they're right there in front of my face again. Hey, well, you want me to go get my He-Man? Yeah, go get your He-Man. They never go get it. A whole week will go by. They never go get their He-Man. You know why? Because they don't have a He-Man. if you don't know what I'm getting at.
Thundercats.
Thundercat, or whatever the toy is, Ninja Turtles, whatever, man. Golly, you're supposed to learn this stuff at age 6. Here we are, people 36, 46, and are still acting like that. And it's like, hey, bro, I played in the sandbox. I know which kid you are, okay? I know which kid you are. It's so easy, so simple, And it's like, well, can I play with my He-Man? Can you leave me alone, please? It's like, God almighty. And then eventually they come back with a rock, and they go, my rock is going to destroy your He-Man. I'm like, no, it's not, because I'm not going to let you hit my He-Man with your rock. So it doesn't matter. What matters is you have what you have, and you study and show yourself approved. Real simple. Okay, it's not about what everybody else is doing, what you got, who you got. I got this, and I'm going to tell you I got it. Bro, if you got it, it would prove itself, period, okay? You wouldn't sound like somebody blind walking around and tripping over everything, but you do. But like I always say, I was once there, so I ain't pointing the finger. I'm just saying I was there. I know exactly what the problem is.
What the
Everybody
heck is Flip doing?
Huh? Flip?
What the heck is Flip doing?
Oh my gosh. He's going through a car wash, looks like.
No, he's washing it with a pressure washer. That's funny.
Oh, is it him?
Yeah, he just got out the car.
No, I guess he wanted us to know that. What did Mike say? Better not touch my He-Man. You darn right. Get your paws off my He-Man.
Flip's washing his minivan, boy.
His minivan? Yeah.
Hey, Taylor, you see Damian Lillard, they trying to get him in Miami so bad, bro. I hope Miami gets him.
If Miami knows how to use him.
What you mean? Miami, that's all they... Depending on who they trade for him, bro, it's going to be lights out for the East, bro. It's going to be lights out for us.
Oh, man.
Oh, they caught lightning on a bottle one season, this season, and now you thinking they're going to go again.
Bill, I would really appreciate it if you would just mute yourself because you know nothing about basketball, literally.
Did you see that we traded Grant Williams?
Because I'm a Knicks fan? I don't know about the ball.
No, because you're a Wawero.
Yeah, he's a Wawero. He just hears news through people riding in his little Wawa. So,
what the heck is a Wawero?
A minivan driver.
So now I'm a dollar cabbie.
Yeah, bro. Hey, they're taking away your status of a operator and forcing you to be a Wawa driver.
Taylor, where did Grant Williams go?
I drive a big Wawa.
Dallas.
This is coming from a guy who got flash flood in his little minivan, right? And his SUV.
God. Jess, what'd you say?
You said Dallas, Taylor?
He lost his position as the smooth operator.
Smooth operator.
He went to Dallas for
she's a medalist.
picks, I think.
Who did you guys get?
2 picks.
That's it?
Yeah.
For Grant Williams?
Hold on. Yeah, let me look at it again. I think it's 2 picks and money.
Grant Williams is y'all big, right?
Yeah.
Oh no, y'all are crazy, bro. I guess the Dallas Mavericks just got to power up.
Hey Mac, would you say you drive a what?
I said I drive a big Wawa.
Yeah, no lie. You could probably carry about 10. You could probably carry pull 10 Wawas.
I'm about 75 Wawas long, I guess.
God.
Yeah, mine is 45.
Hey, Trot, that means your boys over there in Dallas, the Mavericks, gonna be pretty good, man. Y'all got a big. That's all y'all really needed was a big.
Who'd they get?
Grant Williams from the Celtics.
Oh, really? When?
Apparently, that's what Taylor just said because he was over there with us.
Yesterday?
Hey, Chris, God bless, brother. Look what Chris said. They're about to run the table.
Yeah, I bet it was $50 million. Oh, wow.
He thinks that he's the nose of basketball.
Yeah, he's the nose of basketball. Yeah, so, no, we need 2 bigs is what we need. 2. We need 2 of them.
Grant Williams is a big. I mean, that's who y'all need the backup with him, and then you got y'all point guard. What's the dude's name from Serbia? I think he's from Serbia. That boy, he cold. Oh man, I can't remember his name. What's wrong?
I don't know. He's from another country. I know that. I don't know what his name is.
Yeah, the white dude. He balling. And then y'all still got Kyrie, I believe. I think y'all still got Kyrie Irving.
No,
y'all sleeping on the Braves.
On the Braves?
Ain't nobody talking about no baseball. You know that's like we got like a whole year before we know.
Somebody said Luka.
No, I'm just messing with you. You know, the NBA team, the Braves.
So
I saw it. One dude. He
said NBA team, the Braves. Oh,
Luca,
NBA team, the Cowboys. Yeah, the Cowboys, NBA team.
Luca Doncic. Yeah.
So the Celtics got several second round picks. The Mavericks got Grant Williams and 3 second round picks.
3? Go. Who
And
are
the
they gonna?
Spurs get a second round pick in 2030.
Oh, where did Kyrie Irving go?
He's still in Dallas.
And they get Reggie Bullock. The Spurs do.
Is there something wrong with TikTok?
Why?
I can't. I don't hear anything. I just hear wah 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 wah.
Yeah, they just did a new. They just did a new upgrade. They did a new upgrade. Now there's 13 and 16.
He's talking about our conversation.
Yeah, that's exactly. She's like, "Hey, are we in the show Peanuts? Because all I hear is the school teacher."
Hey, Taylor, do they still have? Did they keep Kyrie?
As far as I know,
we're about to start talking about Bible stuff here in a minute.
I think we need to change the D scale, and first thing in the morning, it should be the morning news according to Dre and Trot regarding sports, and then you change
the
your
morning
pictures.
news.
Yeah, it should be the morning news, the first hour.
Hold on.
Yeah,
so you guys got JaVale McGee and Grant Williams and Seth Curry and Luka Doncic and Tim Hardaway Jr. and Kyrie Irving. Oh, you guys are going to be a force to be reckoned with, bro.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. Because one thing that I've seen when it comes to the Mavericks, it's sometimes, bro, they can have the best players, but the person calling the shots, bro, are not doing a very good job. So we'll see.
No, you guys are really
talk about. Hey, I want to talk about ice skating.
Yeah, no. So you guys.
All right, Jess.
I was
you got 30
thinking
seconds.
synchronized swimming.
Oh my! You know what? Hey, we're going to talk about underwater basket weaving. How about that?
Oh, Grant Williams is not y'all big, man. Never mind. Y'all ain't got no good player. Grant Williams is trash. Never mind. I take that back. Y'all ain't all that. Y'all still don't have a big.
I'm trying to tell you, we need two. No, we need two bigs. Is what we need,
You don't have
bro.
a big right now. JaVale McGee is trash. He's a backup.
I know. Try to tell you. Y'all know why you ain't listening. We need two. We need two bigs, man.
When Taylor said Grant Williams, I was thinking about their big. I think his name is something Williams too, but it's not the same Williams. You guys got the Williams that got embarrassed by Jimmy Butler.
Bro, we don't. In my opinion, we don't have no bigs, bro. Period.
No,
that's just my opinion.
You don't.
We need two, man. We need two. We don't need one that's going to get hurt after the third game, and now we don't have one. No. We need two. You need to go tell Shaq he needs to clone himself twice. We need a white one and a black one. We need a white and a black Shaq. Matter of fact, go ahead and make a Hispanic one too, just so everybody's feelings. And if we have to get a Yamin one, then we'll get a Yamin one too. No problem.
Man, I hope my son really has a breakthrough year, man.
Before we go any further, Dre, look what the Knicks did.
Tell me, I don't follow the Knicks, so they're trash. They've been trash for like eternity.
All right, y'all got 2 minutes, and we're moving on to some Jesus.
Dante DiVincenzo agreed to a 4-year deal, and that was it. Hey, that's all they did, bro. This is why I get so frustrated with them.
You mean DiVincenzo?
Yeah, you know who I was talking about.
You guys are booty. Let me see. We still got
talking about Robert Williams, by the way.
Yeah, I'm talking about Robert Williams. That's who I thought y'all traded. I was about to say, oh my goodness.
Nah, we wouldn't trade him.
Yeah, that's why I was surprised. I was like, what? No, Miami still has the same exact team. I think. I don't think nothing has changed.
Well,
they need to get rid of the Islamic believer.
They agreed to Thomas Bryant, Kevin Love, and Josh Richardson. They gave them all 2 years deals. They all
listen. In the next 2 years, my son could really be in the league. if everything works out the way it's supposed to.
Just tell him to keep eating his Wheaties.
Man, he make it to the league, boy. We going. It's gonna be on. It's gonna be up.
Good. Tell him to go to play on Dallas.
I laugh. He gets picked up by the Knicks.
No, he'll get picked. He'll get picked up by Dallas.
If he gets picked up by the Knicks, that's the only way I will ever wear a Knicks jersey, bro. Like that, that's the only way in the world I will ever wear a Knicks jersey. Period. That's it.
Heavenly Father, I come before you, asking for this petition, dear Lord.
He said, "Heavenly Father, I come before you. Hey, as it is on earth, as it is in heaven."
Man,
Yeah,
that's the
when people start to realize that as it is in heaven means that it's already done in heaven, people. It's done. We don't have to repeat it again. It's done.
All right. It's been 2 minutes.
Okay, so let's go back to the seal, because I understood everything you said. So I think we should just mute and let Mr. Trot give us
Look at
the
her. Look at
explanation
her
about the
trying to sneak
seals.
it in there.
Yeah. Hey, I made it real clear. Hey,
But you have
I made it real clear that I was gonna. No.
Oladipo's gone. All right, try. Let me read this. It's Revelation chapter 5, verse 1, just so that everybody can realize it. It says, "And I saw in the right hand of him that sat on the throne a book written within and on the backside, sealed with 7 seals." So that means you got to break all 7 seals to read the scroll. There you go.
I know that.
There you go.
Well, I don't care who.
What do those 7 seals have to do with the 7 spirits that they also talk about in
Oh,
Isaiah
my
and in
Lord.
Revelation? I'm just saying, that's just a question. I don't know.
No, I know it's just a question. I'm done talking about this because all that's going to happen is, well, let me just put it this way. To even talk about one of the seals, so much of the Old Testament has to be understood already.
I agree.
And there's not people. I hate to say it. I'm sorry. This book is not just like a book you pick up and you read it like to understand just a story. It's not like that. The parables and the poems that are in the Old Testament there's too many people that don't understand any of that. And like a child, when the Bible says read the word or come to him like a child, it's not talking about coming to him like a child without understanding, not like that, but more like a child that doesn't have understanding but is truly wanting to learn, like that. So not just like an ignorant child, like, hey, tell me right now what this means. He's not that kind of brat child. That's not what it's talking about. It's talking about a kid that is being honest. They don't know, and they come to the Lord, and they're asking the Lord, hey, man, look, okay, I don't understand. Why does it say this? And why? And those people that come to him like that, they start understanding the Old Testament. They start understanding that Revelation is just not something you pick up and you're like, yeah, that's what that means because of this verse right here and because of that verse. Yeah, there are verses that can help show you what the book of Revelation. But what's funny is a lot of these people, they could care less to see any poems, to see any parables whatsoever. And they are so focused on the black letters and the white page when they go to the book of Revelation, they're still blind. And they'll study the book of Revelation for 2 years without understanding any parables. And they'll just go study it. And they're like, no, and again, all it turns into is a bunch of bickering, arguing, because the contrite heart was not used to get understanding. It was the brat child. It was the brat child, because there's 2 childs, okay, 2. There's one that is coming to the Lord with a contrite heart that really wants to learn, and then there's the other brat child that is just Mr. and Mrs. Entitled, and they believe that they're just entitled to understand everything, so they run to Revelation without even understanding the Old Testament, and they're like, I'm going to learn like God's going to make me understand. Brother, he can't. He can't make you understand, because instead of you being a child and understanding the Old Testament, and I'm talking, what is that noise?
I'm sorry, it's me, because I was going to
Oh.
say I didn't know
Go
you
ahead.
needed the Bible to study Revelation. I thought you could use the newspaper and the Daily Inquirer.
Yeah, or you don't need the rest of the Bible. You just need Revelation, the book of Revelation. I'm
Charles,
just going to read.
let me just sum up this conversation so we can move on to Jesus. Revelations chapter 5, verse 4 says, "And I wept." All right, let's move on.
Okay,
Amen.
and I wept. Okay. So anyway, all right. So
if you guys want to try to talk about Revelation, we got to get to 100,000 likes in the next hour. All right.
No,
bro,
it ain't gonna happen.
It ain't gonna get to 100,000 likes, bro. I promise you. So don't worry,
bro. You don't give human beings a challenge.
You might have some. Oh my God, I'm not even gonna say it.
No, hey,
I got
guys,
3 fingers tapping. I got 3 fingers tapping. I got 3 fingers tapping.
Listen, if we get to 100,000 likes, try to give you a nugget in the book of Revelation. There you go.
He already
get
did.
To 100,000.
No. He already did.
I already did, man. Trust me. Hey, trust me, bro. I think I've done 2 already. I've done 2 already, dude. And if nobody picked up on those, if nobody picked up on those 2, I don't know what else to tell you.
Hey, Trot, we're already.
Thank you.
Trot, we're already
guys,
at 5.
No, y'all don't have to tap the screen. He's just playing.
Look at that.
My
You went from 4,000.
Quit saying stuff like that.
Look at this. It's moving, bro. 5.4.
Guys, he's just kidding.
5.5, bro. Look.
Oh, my Lord. He's just kidding.
Oh, yeah, I got 3 fingers tapping. I got 3 fingers tapping. 3 fingers tapping.
Bro, they're going to hold you.
6,
oh, my Lord.
Bro,
I'm about to stop this live.
Get tapping away.
I'm about to stop the live, dude.
6.3. 6.4.
150,000. We got Trinity and Oneness tomorrow.
Oh my God, almost at 7,000 already.
Oh my God. Okay, okay. The challenge is 50 billion. Okay, the challenge is 50.
7,000.
7.2. I've never seen it move this fast in my life, boy. 7.3.
Bro, you can't. Hey, bro, stop saying stuff like that.
7.6. 7.7.
Oh my God.
7.8.
Holding your feet to the fire.
Almost 8,000. Look at 8,000. 8,000.
bro.
Well, I guess we're not going to talk about Jesus then, since we're all focused on the likes, on how fast people tap at the screen.
Oh my God, this is unbelievable.
I've never seen it move this quick, bro.
Donate $100. Oh no.
Come on, people.
Mike,
we're going to talk about Revelation today.
Come on, Mike.
Oh my Lord, have mercy.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
9,000.
9,000.
Right.
9,000.
Oh, we all
okay, y'all had y'all's fun.
Hey, 10K, and you owe us a Nicolaitan explanation.
No. I am not talking about. Oh my Lord. The doctrine.
10K. One more
the doctrine of the Nicolaitans. Oh my Lord. I better not talk about that.
Try throw us one more nugget. Come on, we're almost at 11,000. Just one nugget. Just give us one more nugget.
Jess, can you stop? You're probably the one doing. Jess, can you quit tapping your screen?
I'm not tapping my screen, I promise you.
It's me.
I'm too busy looking at the numbers.
Oh my God. Can we talk about Jesus now, please?
12,000.
Hey, we about to get to 100K, bro. That's crazy. All right, let's talk about Jesus.
Can we talk about Jesus now?
Hey, we never finished Joshua chapter 7, I don't think. Did we ever finish Joshua chapter 7?
I don't think we did.
Are you sure?
We didn't finish it, bro. We started talking about it, and then you went off on a tangent on some other thing, and then we never actually finished it.
Yeah, he took flight and never landed.
Yep.
Never landed. Never landed on what topic?
So the question was, we never finished as to why, or I guess we did. Never mind. I guess we did finish it. Now I think about it. So I don't know. Anybody else got something else? All right. Somebody said Ezekiel chapter 1. All right, let's go to Ezekiel chapter 1, guys.
Ezekiel? Oh, my Lord.
Ezekiel chapter 1. It's not Revelation.
Yes, it pretty much is in a lot of areas, bro. Come on,
not
man.
Chapter
Stop.
1, bro. Not chapter 1.
Not chapter 1, huh? Okay.
All right, so we go to Zechariah then.
Here we go. All right, so what are we going to for real?
The burden you bear.
Hosea. How about Hosea?
To whom much is given, much is required.
Yeah, okay, much is required, but at the same time, if you give a baby too much meat, they'll choke. Okay, come on, that's a no-brainer.
Not if you chew it first, buddy.
Hey, I don't think. Hey, I don't think. Hey, really, for real, I'm being honest. I don't think y'all realize how much we've went over in the past, like 5 months or 4 months or however long we've been doing this, bro.
Yeah, we have.
I've been over so much stuff. To be honest, I think most of the people on the live forgot some of the stuff already. What we went over. Like, I'm dead serious, dude. Not even kidding.
Yeah,
Not even kidding.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah, I mean, it was a lot.
We did Gideon. We did Deborah. I'm trying to think. We did Samson.
We pretty much did half the
We did
judges, if
Gideon.
not more.
We did Gideon.
Yeah, I said Gideon. We did
We did
Jephthah.
the, we did the rod.
We did Jephthah.
Well, the truth is, we did the rod, but bro, we didn't go through all the rod. We'd probably still be talking about it right now. You know, there's just so much. Mike said, recap. Okay, we're going to start back at Judges 1. Just kidding. I'm just kidding.
We did Samson. We did, let me see,
Exodus
Delilah.
4.
We talked about Delilah. What about the Danites? Did we talk about the Danites?
Dude, I can't remember what all we...
Wait, Dre, what about talking about the curse of the Moabites and how Ruth broke it?
We talked about Ruth, I thought. Didn't we do Ruth as a shadow of Christ?
Yeah, but the breaking of the Moabite curse. Remember, the Moabites were not. Did we touch that?
Yeah, but we don't remember. The show's called Descaled because it's not about me personally. I'm not saying that those things aren't cool to study, but I try to focus on finding Jesus. Now, that doesn't mean that in the Moabite structure, right, that's going through the Bible, it doesn't mean that Jesus is not in there in certain places. But I don't want to get caught up in, because I don't know how many times I have to say this. Anytime that something can be like there could be some sort of division, there will be. And I don't like discussing those because that's all it does. Because now we're getting back to, well, this is what I think, and this is what I think. Well, if someone tells me, well, I don't think Moses was carrying Jesus, bro, that's such an easy, that makes it so easy for me to like just stop talking about it, because it is true. It's not about what we want it to be or how someone else thinks. And that's why sometimes Bible studies, if you're not careful, those things can be very scary. You can have 10 people in the Bible study and all 10 of them see something different. And it just makes people run away from Christianity because there's no accord at all. You have to have some kind of accord. And sometimes it's best to just start with the most basic thing, and that is Christ, which is the foundation. And once that foundation is laid, now you have a sure foundation. And once you have a sure foundation, then the Spirit can build upon that. So that's what I focus on, is the sure foundation, that our foundation is correct, that where Jesus is, why he is where he is, and the purpose of him being there. Because after a while, people that constantly hear about the word, the faith strengthens because the foundation becomes more solid. And once that foundation is solid, then the Spirit will burn anything that's laid upon that is not from the Spirit. So that's why I'm always talking about Jesus, because I want to focus on the foundation. That's the problem, is a lot of people don't have a sure foundation. They don't. And so instead of focusing on the foundation, they just find a piece of any property and they just start building on it. And what I mean by that is they don't have any foundation, and they run the book of Revelation and they study that for 3 years. Well, if you don't have a sure foundation of Christ in the Bible in its entirety, what are you building all these quote unquote ideas on? Right? So when the Bible talks about building on a sandy land or a rocky land, it's making it very clear what it's saying. The foundation has to be built on Christ.
All right, let's talk about.
Have you ever talked about Hannah?
You want to talk about? Oh, my bad. I was gonna say, you want to talk about Samuel 124, when David spares Saul in the cave and only takes a piece of his garment. That's a pretty cool.
We could talk about that, and Hannah. I mean, of course, I've talked about Hannah. I don't know if I've ever talked about him on the show.
No, we haven't done Hannah. We can do Hannah. We can come back to David. We can do Hannah.
Where's Hannah? Where's Hannah at?
Hey, Pinky, you brought it up. You got to read it and find it. Go for it.
That's the rules. That's the rules. That's the rules. That's the rules.
No, I didn't pick it. I asked him had he ever.
What? Okay, fine. You initiated the
You
conversation,
said,
ma'am.
can we talk about Hannah?
She only wants to
have you ever?
What kind of question is ever? He read the whole Bible. You know, ever means yes. He's talking.
On this.
Hey, the reason why she wants to talk about it is because she's picturing Hannah wearing pink, and she wants to talk about Hannah's pink dress.
Well,
Hannah had a pink dress on, and then she met Jesus.
That's why Penina was so jealous of her.
Oh my Lord! Yeah, it was all about that pink dress. All right, I don't remember where Hannah's at, but of course I've talked about Hannah before.
Oh, okay.
Hannah is in 1 Samuel 1. Looks like 1 Samuel chapter 1. Let me slide over to chapter 1 because I was in 24. We go on to 1. 1. And it says, now there was a certain man of Mount Ephraim, son of and he had 2 wives. One of them was Hannah, and the other one was Peninnah. And Peninnah had children, but Hannah had no children. And this man went up to the city at yearly worship to sacrifice him to soul. Okay, yeah, this is I remember now. I'm not reading it though, Pink. You got to read it because you wanted it.
How long is Hannah's little excavate there? I remember it being like
just asking. I didn't say we had to. You can go back to David ripping the piece of cloth.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I was just asking.
No, we can do Hannah. It's fine.
No big deal.
But because you brought up Hannah, maybe not today, but now we're going to have to do Hannah, period. Because you brought it up.
One of the shadows of Hannah was that her womb was closed up, just like Mary, or like a virgin, and like Samson's mother, and like Rebecca. So,
she was considered barren.
Yeah, barren, right. And if you want to have a child, you have to weep very hard. The more you weep,
the more you weep.
And she gave her firstborn.
Yeah,
she gave her only begotten son unto Eli.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, there's a lot of shadows in there. It's a cool one, for sure.
Yeah. All right, fine. Let's go to David
24.
Making a decision not to unalive King Saul.
Because you don't touch the anointed one of God.
You don't touch the anointed one. Yeah.
Yeah, you do. If you have the rod, you just smite him with the rod.
Oh, my Lord. Smite him.
Hey, Jesse, now I know why the Assemblies of God kicked you out.
She was hitting everybody. She was hitting everybody with that stick.
To get baptized under the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. And I'm just joking. I was baptized like that.
Hey, I can see. Hey, bro, I can see Jess like using 100 mile. Well, I don't want to say 100 mile. Like duct tape, using duct tape and putting one of her chocolatos on the end of a stick and just going around smiting everybody.
Oh my God, duct tape! You know, you can literally hold a house together and a car together with duct tape.
I know. Hey, only for a few days, but it will hold. It will hold.
I'm sure. Bill used to drive a Wawa in Puerto Rico with duct tape on the driver's side door to keep it shut.
Listen to this. Zoltan.
First of all, I was a New York City
thanks for having me
operator, brother.
All right, Zoltan, what's going on, man? What's on your mind?
Oh, I can always bring a question to the table if you're happy to entertain.
Well, I mean, if it's a question or a point, I guess we'll find out. Go right ahead.
Entertain.
Somebody tell Flip he missed a spot.
Great. The paradox of the day. God is all powerful, right?
First off, Zoltan, do you believe there's a God?
There's no first off. I'm just here to bring questions to the table. I'm here with my paradox. My paradox questions me as much as it should question another.
So, Brother Trot, can God create a rock so heavy that he can't lift?
Uh-oh,
Well,
is that where we're getting at?
that's your paradox. So if God is all powerful,
Uh-huh.
does he have the ability to give his powers away?
Okay, who
Is
said he
this
was all powerful?
Confucius?
Hey,
Is this
hold on,
wait a
Jess.
minute?
Jess,
Yeah, it
Is
hold
this
on,
is.
hold on.
Confucius?
Hold on. Hold
Yeah, it
on,
This
hold
is.
is
on.
Confucius.
Okay.
Give his
Hey,
powers away.
Zoltan,
Yeah.
who said that God was all powerful?
What?
Who said that God was all powerful? Who told you that?
Oh, okay. Maybe he's not.
Well, I don't know if he is or not. I'm asking you where you learned that.
I'll grant you that. I'll grant you that.
Who told you he was all powerful?
The triune omnis, omnipresent, omniscient, omnipotent.
No, I'm saying, where did you learn that at?
What?
Words aren't in
Like
the Bible.
education, bro? Like through school and
So you went to a school that taught you that God was all powerful. What school was this?
Yeah, it's called church.
Okay, so you used to go to church, or you still go to church?
Yeah, you used to go to church.
Okay, so you went to a church, and a church told you that God was all powerful, and you said, "No, He's not."
No,
Is that
that's just the common consensus that God is all omniscient,
okay?
omnipotent,
So, all right, let me just ask you this.
omnipresent.
Just based on the Bible, okay? So nothing supernatural, nothing out of this world, right? Just
Wait,
very
I come
basic
out
and
here with a
carnal.
paradox. I just come out here with a paradox to lay on the
Yeah.
table. I'm not here to go through your scriptures that you want me to debunk after a
Well,
while.
I understand that,
I
but I
want
think
you to
we're
think.
both. Yeah, I think we're both human, and
No, I
I
think
think
the question actually struck you so hard that you're going on this tangent right now. Just
okay,
relax, take a breath.
that's
Just
fine. Okay, so did Jesus have 12 disciples in the Bible?
sure. Is there 12 constellations in the sky
No, I know, but I'm just
as
asking about 12
a zodiac
disciples.
sign?
Is
No,
there
they're
was
not
there
disciples at all. Like, listen, like
Okay, so
your
there's no
Bible.
disciples. Okay,
No, your
is
Bible's
is
an
a
omnibus. Did you know that?
is a is Jerusalem a geographical location on a map? Is that a real place?
Actually, is Jerusalem a
Is it a real place? Yes
Is
or
it a
no?
real place? Yeah,
Yeah.
well, that's subjective. It's not objectively a real place. Like,
Okay. Okay. So
where are you
what
gonna
about
lay the stakes on that?
where is America a real place? Are you
Of,
alive? Do you believe you're
of,
alive?
here we go with these red herrings. Not here to play your little
Okay.
fantasy games, whether or not you exist or not. Fine.
Okay. Don't play then. I mean, but you came onto the live,
I
and we
bring
get
it
to.
in period. I know
All
you're
right
hurting.
then.
It feels bad.
Yeah.
Okay, so again, I'll bring it back to the 12 apostles. Now,
Okay.
the eclectic text that you have for a Torah, a Bible as you have it,
Right.
that's an omnibus. It's a conglomerate of stories. So it's all conglomerated together.
Okay.
All these ancient stories that predates Christianity, all the way from
Right.
ancient
Yeah. Who told you that?
Phoenician,
Where'd you learn that
Sumerian.
at?
This is
Where'd you learn that at?
education, bro. This is
Oh, education.
education.
So
This is
you were
educational purposes.
so you were educated and I
Yeah,
was educated. So you're not supposed to believe what I have been taught, and then I'm not
it's
supposed to believe what you were taught. Is that how that
it,
goes?
it's not in regards to believe. It's whether or not you know the facts or you don't know the
Okay, fine.
facts.
Fine. So your facts are wrong and my facts are wrong. So why are we even talking?
My
If you don't
facts are
believe,
wrong.
yeah, your facts are wrong, my facts are wrong.
No,
So everybody's facts are wrong. Therefore, there's no facts,
I
right?
fact
There's no
checked
such thing.
myself and I fact checked yourself, and
I mean, but if you don't even exist, should we even
Right.
believe you?
Yeah. I mean,
I'm up
That's
here
red
playing.
herring.
I'm not here playing the game whether or not you want to
yeah, you
question
are.
whether or not you
Yeah,
want
you
to
are.
exist.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you
No,
are.
you
You are
aren't.
here playing the
Not at
game.
all.
Yeah, you
Believe
are.
in illusion.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah,
Yeah,
are
you
you
are, sir.
seeing that too, Jim? Are you seeing that too? That they're denying historical and archaeological evidence and
But
facts and history?
again, brother, I don't
It's
believe
like
in
he
your
says, is
facts.
Jerusalem
You
okay?
don't
Okay,
believe in my
no,
facts. So you came
pause,
up here to argue.
pause. Sir, pause. No,
Zoltan, so
I'm
you
not
came up here to
at
argue,
all.
Zoltan.
Quit making
All right.
assumptions.
All right,
Are
Or
there
Zoltan,
assertion.
actual
Zoltan,
words
You're
Zoltan,
coming out of your
asserting.
mouth?
You're
Zoltan,
asserting at
Zoltan.
this
The
point.
conversation is going in circles. You have a good day, sir. Conversation's
That's
over.
why I wanted to ask.
All
You
right.
said
Okay. I know.
Jerusalem is in a real place. What about Sodom and Gomorrah?
Okay, brother. You had your
What?
chance. Hold on. You
I'm
had your
giving you another.
chance. No. Conversation is
Another
over,
chance.
sir.
What about
No,
Sodom
conversation is
and Gomorrah?
over,
Is that a real
sir.
place?
Sir, conversation is over. How many times do you have to be told
Okay,
that?
then forfeit.
No. Have
Submit.
a good day,
Submit.
sir. Have a good day. Conversation is over. Okay. So, look, just because you don't know who the person is doesn't mean don't bring them up. No, go ahead and bring them up. And then when they start getting to the point where they're not here for any other reason to argue, and you can clearly see that that's all they want to do, a conversation is over. Like, obviously, your facts is your own facts, and our facts are our own facts. Like, what is the point of sitting there bickering with somebody when you clearly came to a conclusion that they really don't care what you think, how you think it? I mean, it's so easy. And so what do? You just tell them, oh, okay, I get it. You don't have facts. I don't have, nobody has any facts. Okay, well, at that point,
That's
conversation
my
is over.
He-Man.
I
Yeah,
drove
that's
that bus he was talking about. It's a great
huh?
bus. I drove that
What?
bus he was talking about.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
sent him to Zamzam, bro.
No, that's fine.
Yeah,
That's fine. I
and I
mean,
needed his sidekick too because he came with a sidekick as well.
of course. Come on. Of course, yeah. I mean, they don't go by themselves. Like, first of all,
That
how
was
would
his
that be
hype,
any?
man.
How would that be any fun? Think about it. If I wanted to go debunk someone that believes that plastic is real, and I just, for whatever reason, told myself, man, plastic's not real, and you present plastic, all I have to say is that's not plastic. That's all I have to say. That's all I have to. That's not prove that it's plastic. So what do you want them to get the
Can I
what? What? Can you
can I
what?
say something in his? I know this is gonna sound a little weird. Can I say something in his defense?
Uh-oh. You're going to
I
say he
know
used to be
that
a
what he
pastor,
came
but he
up to
went through a
do.
hard time and then he stopped believing in
No, no,
God.
no, 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 no. That's not what I'm gonna say. That's not what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say that sometimes when we go through very tragic situations in our lives, some of us, by the grace of God, we overcome them, and some of us, we just, we just, we just lose it mentally, physically, emotionally, and we go the wrong route. That's all I'm gonna say. But he's been through something that
Okay,
most of
Jess,
us would probably not
Jess,
be able to handle.
Jess. I understand that someone has told you a story that allowed you to get in your emotions about whatever
No,
it
no,
is
no,
that
no,
they've
no.
been
It's
through.
not emotions.
Now, just let
Try,
me
let
let
me
me say
talk.
something. Let me say something. Oh,
Let
you
you
said it.
try.
You said I'm just responding to what you said. Listen, just hear me out. Jess, there is not one person in this live that has not been through something hard. Not one.
And I
Okay?
agree
Yeah.
with
Okay. All right. So
you.
at the
I
end of the
agree
day,
with you. I'm
at
not
the end of the day,
disagreeing. I'm just
at the end of
saying.
the day,
What I
at the end of the
wanted to
day,
finish. I wanted to finish saying.
I could have swore you were finished. So you weren't
I
finished. Okay,
wasn't.
go ahead.
I wanted to
Okay, go
finish
ahead.
saying. No, I wanted to finish by saying. Unfortunately, he took the wrong route. Instead of, taking the route of just trusting in the Lord and
Is
allowing the
that
Holy
his?
Spirit to
Yeah.
heal him,
Is that his choice? Is that his
he
choice?
became bitter. And,
Is that
and
his?
and that's why I said he took the wrong route. Yes, it's his choice,
Okay, but his
unfortunately.
listen. Yeah, but
So
the point is, Jess. The point is, I don't have like. Okay, watch. Let me say this. No, a person doesn't have to tell me individually what you know about this person. I already know. Every person
okay,
that is not every person that is not saved has hurt and they have a choice to make. Just because that
exactly.
you just because you know from his mouth individually that he had a hard time does not negate everybody else's hard time. So nobody has to tell me. I don't care
No,
if they're a
on the
stranger.
contrary, what I wanted to say was that what you have been teaching us, but you never let me finish, Trot, that
You told
we
me you were
have
done this time,
choices,
Jess. Hold on.
that
You
we
told
have.
me you were done this time. Okay, so you're
But,
still not done. All right.
but go on. I'll back up.
Well, you said you were done, and now you're not done.
I
That's all I'm
just
saying.
wanted to say that unfortunately, everything you've been teaching us that we understand because we're walking in the spirit, this is the example of when you don't want to walk and make the choice, which is to submit your will to God. This, you could see it right there. That's all I wanted to say.
All right. Okay. So just remember this, and I'm not talking to you directly, Jess. I'm just saying out loud. Nobody has to come up to you as a stranger and say, hey, let me tell you about my hard life. Nobody. For anyone to be surprised that somebody who was not saved at one point got saved, or maybe they have church hurt, it doesn't matter. No one ever comes up to me and I'm surprised that their life was hard. We live in a fallen world. Like, everybody has a story. And if you sit around just talking about all your stories, there'll be people unaliving themselves by the weekend. We're supposed to focus on Christ. So when someone, it doesn't matter who they are, like this guy that was just on here, I don't have to know him to know that he has hurt. I don't have to know that. The Bible tells me he's got hurt. I believe what the Bible says. I don't believe what he says or anybody else says. The Bible makes it clear that we were dry and we needed living water. It makes it very clear that there was a time of desolation in everybody's lives. And the Bible makes it clear also, I set before you life and death. And then the answer is given to us, choose life. So every person has a choice. Every person. And when someone says with their physical mouth, I don't believe there's a God, they're lying. Period. The end. The Bible makes it clear that God has instilled in every man that they know that there's a God. They know. So I don't listen to lies about there's no God, prove to me. I don't have to prove it. You know that he's real, period. No, I don't know. Okay, well, I'm not going to argue about it. Yes, you do. That's it. Conversation's over. You know, the problem is people keep arguing. Don't argue. Don't argue. What's the point of arguing? Hey, we're at a standstill, going in circles already. You know, been talking 30 seconds, are already going in circles. All right, have a good one. You're not going to sit here, you know. I'm not your punching bag and you're not mine. You know, the problem is people don't know how to put that stuff to the side. Nobody's your punching bag. And you're not anybody else's punching bag. So if somebody's mad at God, go let them beat themselves up. Don't give them opportunity to beat you up. It don't make any sense, you know, because they're going to beat you up whether you want them to or not. But you just love them anyway, forgive them, and say, hey, man, conversation's over. Like, I'm not going to sit here and punch on you just because you want to punch on me. It's not going to happen, you know. So, but, you know, there's nothing wrong with somebody coming up. But when they come up, I already know that they had a hard time, period. Like, I don't need anybody to tell me this person had it. No, I don't have to tell you. You don't have to tell me. And I'm talking figuratively, you, whoever. Nobody has to tell somebody that somebody had a heart. How do you not know, right? Think about it. They're not saved. They don't have Christ. It don't take long to figure out, oh, man. Now, the intricate details of each person may be different, but hard time nonetheless. Everybody, hard time. So, you know, everybody's got a choice to make, right? So,
having to somebody else had a harder time than him, and so on and so on.
So on and so on, man. And so we don't focus on the hard time. We all have had them. Everybody's different than everybody. Some of them self-induced, right, where you did something that kind of hurt yourself. And there's others where it's not self-induced, right? So if a person robs another person with a gun and they're like, give me all your money, give me your car, the person that's doing the robbing is causing a self-induced issue in their life. But what about the other person? They just went to the store, they got groceries in their hand, and now they're getting robbed at gunpoint. That particular situation is not self-induced. But the person that is creating a self-induced issue to themselves, they are hurting another person. So now there's two people hurt. But it doesn't matter. There's still two people hurt. So does that mean that I'm only supposed to feel sorry for the person who got their stuff stolen? Or am I also supposed to feel sorry for the one that's been brainwashed to believe that it's okay to go around stealing things? Both people are hurt. This is why Jesus was who he was, because he understood why the person that got the stuff stolen was hurt, but he also understood the person that was doing the stealing. They're both hurt because we live in a fallen world. So when a person claims to be a Christian and they only feel sorry for the person who is getting mugged or for the person who is getting punched, then that person doesn't have a heart of God. Because even the people that are committing like self-induced issues, they are being mentally abused by Satan, period. And so both people have hurt, and lots of people.
We need to unpack the answer and stop spending so much time talking about and comparing problems. They never bring a solution anyway.
Yeah, exactly. And hey, guys, every once in a while, there's going to be someone that comes up that's going to be just like this, man. And it's best to figure out real quickly where the person stands. Are you a believer or not? If you are, what's going on? How's your day? If you're not, what's going on? How's your day? But as soon as there is a standstill somewhere, bro, there is plenty TikToks where they can find people that like to argue, debate, and discuss, and throw philosophical ideas, and because there's people still trying to figure things out, and their way of doing it is going around and punching people around until they get an answer. But that's their choice. That's how they want to do it. That's on them. But what were we talking about before old guy came up?
We were supposed to be going to David and Samuel.
Yeah, we can go to that. Go to it real quick. We start talking about it right now. We still got about 40 minutes. We're good.
All right, who's going to read?
Nobody wants to read.
Outstanding.
Give the address. Give the address, bro, so people can.
1 Samuel chapter 24.
Oh, yeah, I can't. That's all, because I'm getting ready to go to an appointment.
1 Samuel 24. And it came to pass when Saul was returned from following the Philistines, that it was told him, saying, Behold, David is in the wilderness of En-gedi. And Saul took 3,000.
Oh, somebody needs to mute, man. It's like a lot of background noise. It's crazy.
Let me see.
It was Pinky
and the Brain.
Sorry, I didn't know I wasn't on mute. Sorry.
Are you good?
Well, we heard you passing gas, so nasty.
Go.
Here we go.
You a liar.
Men out of all Israel, and went to seek David and his men upon the rocks of the wild goats. And he came to the sheep cots by the way, where was a cave. And Saul went in to cover his feet, and David and his men remained in the sides of the cave. And the men of David said unto him, Behold the day of which the Lord said unto thee, Behold, I will deliver thine enemy into thine hand, that thou mayest do to him as it shall seem good unto thee. And David arose and cut off the skirt of Saul's robe privily. And it came to pass afterward that David's heart smote him, because he had cut off Saul's skirt. And he said unto his men, The Lord forbid that I should do this thing unto my master, the Lord's anointed, to stretch forth mine hand against him, seeing he is the anointed of the Lord. So David stayed his servants with these words, and suffered them not to rise against Saul. But Saul rose up out of the cave, and went on his way. David also rose afterward, and went out of the cave, and cried after Saul, saying, My lord the king. And when Saul looked behind him, David stooped with his face to the earth, and bowed himself. And David said to Saul, Wherefore hearest thou men's words, saying, Behold, David seeketh thy hurt? Behold, this day thine eyes have seen how that the Lord had delivered thee today into mine hand in the cave, and some bade me kill thee. But mine eye spared thee, and I said, I will not put forth mine hand against my Lord, for he is the Lord's anointed. Moreover, my father, see the skirt of thy robe in my hand. For in that I cut off the skirt of thy robe and killed thee not. Know thou and see that there is neither evil nor transgression in mine hand, and I have not sinned against thee. Yet thou huntest my soul to take it. The Lord judge between me and thee, and the Lord avenge me of thee. But mine hand shall not be upon thee. As saith the proverb of the ancients, wickedness proceedeth from the wicked, but mine hand shall not be upon thee. After whom is the king of Israel come out? After whom dost thou pursue? After a dead dog, after a flea? The Lord therefore be judge, and judge between me and thee, and see, and plead my cause, and deliver me out of thine hand. And it came to pass, when David had made an end of speaking these words unto Saul, that Saul said, Is this thy voice, my son David? And Saul lifted up his voice, and wept. And he said to David, Thou art more righteous than I, for thou hast rewarded me good, whereas I have rewarded thee evil. And thou hast shown this day how that thou hast dealt well with me. For as much as when the Lord had delivered me into thine hand, thou killedst me not. For if a man find his enemy, will he let him go well away? Wherefore the Lord reward thee good for that thou hast done unto me this day. And now behold, I know well that thou shalt surely be king, and that the kingdom of Israel shall be established in thine hand. Swear now therefore unto me by the Lord, that thou wilt not cut off my seed after me, and that thou wilt not destroy my name out of my father's house. And David sware unto Saul, and Saul went home, but David and his men gat them up unto the hold.
That's it.
That's it. So
there's a bunch of stuff in there. My goodness.
there's two main things that happen there. Number one is it's the goodness of God that leads to repentance. That's the number one thing to get from this right here. Saul repented towards David because David did what was good in the sight of God. If you pay attention, go back to where God is giving instructions to David on what to do. Can you go read that real quick?
It says, then David arose and cut off the skirt of the before that, right? And it says in the king, then Saul took 3,000 men to David, chose men the rocks and goats. And it came to pass the sheep goats on the way to the cave, and Saul covered his feet, and David and his men remained inside the cave. And the men said unto David, Behold, this day which the Lord has said unto thee, Behold, I will deliver thine enemy into thy hand, and thou mayest do with him as thou seem good unto thee.
Right there. Watch this. People read that as though God's telling David he can do whatever he wants. That's not what he's telling him. He said, do what is good to you.
Right.
So whenever people read where it says God does what he wills, that doesn't mean God does what he wants. It's talking about his will towards Christ, his will towards God's will. Anything that is God's will is good, because God is good. God is love. So when the Bible speaks this way, God does what he wills. It's not talking about he does whatever he wants. This is where people get this whole God is all sovereign thing. It comes from this, that he does what he, no. What is God's will? What was his will from the very beginning? To establish his son, right?
Right.
That's his will. His will doesn't change. That's his will. So if someone doesn't want to, quote unquote, be part of the will, they can choose not to. God will use somebody else. Very simple.
Right.
This is very simple.
David means love. So yes. Love is the only thing that brings a man to repentance. Period.
That's it. Well, yes, it is,
It's the
because
love of
love
God.
is good. So, but the Bible tells us very clearly that it's the goodness of God that leads to repentance, not the law.
Right.
Notice the characteristic of David. He could have unalived him, but what did he do? He did what was good. And what was good? Love, mercy, grace, compassion. He did not do this. And this is what allowed Saul to repent.
Mm-hmm.
So I say this all the time. Picture Saul as your flesh, and picture David, the God living on the inside of you. Picture Balaam, your flesh, and the donkey representing the spirit and wisdom living on the inside of you, trying to guide you in the right direction. But you take your rod, which is your dominion that was given to you by God, and you use that dominion to smite your spirit and to tell the spirit, no, I want to go this way. See, when you start noticing that there's a person and then there's the spirit, and you're either one with the spirit or you're not, and it kind of shows you that the person was in their flesh. Look at Noah. Noah sent the dove from the ark. But notice how you can tell that Noah is in unison, like he's in one accord with the Spirit, because when the Spirit came back, it says he put forth his hand and took the dove. The putting forth the hand is a spiritual phrase. It's talking about the spiritual hand, like if a tree has fruit. And in order for you to pluck a fruit from the tree, to receive fruit from a tree, you have to put forth your hand. So physically, yes, right? Of course. Well, duh, you got to stick your hand out there and pull one, but that's the whole point. That's the whole point. An apple doesn't throw apples an apple tree doesn't throw apples at you. Nobody goes and stands by a tree and says, "Give me an apple." You'll never get one. Now, you can wait for a worm to kind of rotten one out, and you might get a couple of bites off of it. But I'm saying, truly, if you want an apple, you have to take it. But notice that trees are already presenting the apples to you. They're already there. They're presented as a gift. This goes all the way back to Adam and Eve. The tree of life was there presenting itself, but there was another tree that was there presenting itself, and Adam and Eve had to take it. It's not forced. It's not forced.
So he cut off the wing of his garment, which is like from the talus, right? So the wing
from like the edge,
right.
The edge, yeah.
So the wings represent healing, like in the talus, like those wings are like, that's what the woman with the issue of blood grabbed onto, was the edge, the corner of Jesus. So when he cut that off, it says afterwards David's heart smote him. So it was like he felt like he unalived him in his heart for even taking that.
But read why his heart smote him. It says it. Read it.
Because he cut off Saul's skirt, which is the talus, the healing.
No, there's something else there. Hold on. Where's it at? Is it? Let me
Verse
see.
5.
Samuel. Is it?
1 Samuel 24:5.
Yeah, 24. Okay.
The anointing. Okay, Saul, God, he was the anointed one that God chose, and he couldn't go against God's word.
Now watch this. Now we know that David symbolically represents Christ, right?
Right.
Why does it say then David arose? Arose from what?
Well, hold on. What verse is that?
4.
Okay. And David said unto him, "Behold, the day of the Lord has come before I deliver thee in the hands of thy enemy. Mayest thou..." And rose and cut off the skirt of Saul's robe.
Yeah, but he arose from what?
From sitting.
Right. So here's the insignificant thing that is actually the most significant. See, Jesus sits at the right hand of the Father. But before he sat down at the right hand of the Father, he was always seated. But why did he sit? because he arose at one point, right?
Right.
Right. So when it says that David arose, it's not trying to tell us that he was sitting down and he stood up so he can go meet Saul. It's talking about a spiritual arising, because David.
So then is the tearing of Saul's robe, is that representative of the tearing of the veil in the temple when Christ rose?
Well, let me go through there. So right now we're at David arose. When you pay attention to Christ in the Old Testament, there's always this attitude of like him being the captain, him being the servant of God, and he's always taking initiative. We need to go through the initiatives of Christ, man. That I don't think we've done that on the live, but I say it all the time, but I just haven't gone through there. But we need to go through all these stories where you see, I'll do it at once. Let me be the one. And he's always volunteering, but it's in the act of another man, because it's a different name. He'll say, and so arose, or and he said, let me be the first. And he was the first to take initiative, and you go through there, and it's a symbolic representation of Christ coming off his quote unquote high horse, right? I mean, I'm just saying, right? He's the king, right? He's coming off his high horse, and he's like, I'm going to do it. And then proves himself to actually do it, which means that he wasn't doing it in vain. He wasn't doing it in pride. He was doing it because he's the only one that can do it. That's what it really means, right? So he's not doing it in vain and pride, like I can do it. No, he's saying I can do it. Like I know I can, and because nobody else can. Like I have to do this. And so when it talks about David here saying, and David arose, it's talking about the Spirit getting ready to do something that the Spirit does. It's no longer trying to point a picture of David at this moment. It's for people that have eyes to see and ears to hear. Who is it that arises to do these things? And again, you see God telling him, do what's good to you. Well, that's how we know that David is a shadow of Christ, because there's only one thing that's good to the lineage through David. There's only one thing that's good, and it's grace. That's the thing that's good. And the thing that is good or pleasant to the sight of God is Jesus, because Jesus is pleasant to God, because he is Eden, which means pleasant. That's why Jesus is Israel, because he is the promised land flowing of milk and honey. He's it. He is the promised land. The shadow of the promised land that people live in right now in Israel, that's a shadow. It's a physical land. But Jesus is the promise. There's not three promises. You think that physical land is called a promise because it's just a coincidence? No, there's only one promise. Jesus is the promised land, the earth, the soil. He's it. There is no other land. And those that live in that land are not of this world. We're in this world, but we're not of this world, because we're from Eden, because we've been born again. Our spirit is alive because we've been made from that soil, not from the soil of this land. So everybody goes back to the soil. When you become unalive, everybody goes back to the soil they came from. So if you were born of this world and you are of Adam, the first Adam, then you'll go back to this desolate ground. But if you've been born again, we go back to that soil as an alive being, not an unalive, because we are uncorrupted, not corrupted. There's two soils. So when you go back to from the dust you came from to the dust you go back, the only truth in that is, what dust were you born from? If you are not born again, then you were not from Eden. You're not from the heart of God, because you have not been born again. So 4, then David arose and cut the skirt off of Saul's robe privily. And it came to pass afterward that David's heart smote him, because he had cut Saul's skirt. And he said unto his man, the Lord forbid that I should do this thing unto my master, the Lord's anointed, to stretch forth my hand. That phrase right there, stretch forth my hand or put forth my hand, it's talking about the spiritual hand. Now, yes, in real life, David is saying, put forth my physical hand and do this. But when you can picture David as Christ, you're understanding what's being said here. But he says, do this thing to my master, the Lord's anointed. Says, and stretch forth my hand against him, seeing he is the anointed of the Lord. So David stayed his servants with these words and suffered them not to rise against Saul. But Saul rose up out of the cave and went on his way. It's just funny. The Old Testament talks about caves, people hiding in caves, people doing things in caves, and it's not a coincidence that Saul went into a cave. It's just not a coincidence. When Elijah was in a cave, God asked him, what are you doing here? Why are you in this cave? When Joshua took over the promised land, there were 5 kings that hid themselves in a cave. And on you can see this hiding and going into the cave. And the cave is actually representing the stony heart, right? So you got the secret place, which is the garden, which is our heart, the secret place, which is God's heart. That's the secret place. But those that are, quote unquote, not born again, even though Saul was anointed by God, look at his characteristic. His characteristic that Saul constantly used was of the flesh. And so he goes into the cave, but David goes in there after him, and he could have unalived him in that cave, but he doesn't. Instead, he shows him love, grace, and mercy. So cutting the piece of his robe or garment off his clothing, there's a lot of things you can say about that, but one thing that's very easy to look at or to point at is it's his covering, his robe. It's his robe, what he's wearing. So for David to cut it away from him is to announce spiritually that he's the king, not Saul. Because Saul doesn't have the garment to give to everybody, but love does. Love does have the garment to give to everybody. And we wear his garment. And David... What?
So the next verse, it says, and it came to pass afterwards that David's heart smote him because he had cut off Saul's skirt. So he felt remorse for cutting the talus off, the wing off at that point, correct? Obviously, that's what it says. But
okay. So David, the physical David felt bad because he, quote unquote, disrespected Saul's clothing. Okay, but spiritually, it was his garment that it's talking about spiritually, because there's only one garment that. Okay, what is the whole purpose of someone being king? What's the whole purpose of it in the Bible?
To rule.
Yeah, but spiritually, why is people being anointed to be king? What was it a shadow of?
Christ.
Okay, all right. So, it's a shadow because there is a king of the people, right?
Right.
Okay. Who was anointed king while Saul was king?
David. Right.
Okay. So physically, Saul's king, but love has always been the king because God is love. Period.
Mm.
Period.
So that's what I'm saying. So when David did that, that is uncharacteristic of love to cut off somebody's physical.
Okay, now remember, because there's two things happening. There's a physical David and there's a spiritual one. So the physical David cut off the garment. Okay,
right.
But he didn't like the physical David did not like that he did that. Okay, but he didn't unalive him. But what he had done was still a spiritual truth, because this king could not give his garment to anybody. It's kind of like taking off the sandal. It's kind of like telling Moses and Joshua, take your sandals off. It's kind of what's happening spiritual. It doesn't matter that he cuts his remnant, his garment, because the garment that Christ gives us cannot be cut, cannot be taken away in any form or fashion. So physically, the physical David did not like that he did that. Okay, but it was a spiritual meaning behind it, and it's about the remnant. Remember, each one of us, when we get saved, we get Christ's covering, right? We go over Jacob and Esau. What was it that saved Jacob? Wasn't the covering of the firstborn? The covering of the firstborn, Esau?
Right.
It was the soul. There was a soul of God that saved that how he received his inheritance.
So
the soul blessed him. So,
and the thing about it is, David never gave back the skirt. Like he never gave it back. So he kept it.
Well, yeah, he kept it.
Yeah.
He was the first Irishman. He was the first Irishman. He wanted to wear it.
Oh,
wanted to wear it. Yeah. But remember, even if he gave it back to him, would he be able to sew it back on?
Nope. And here's the other thing. It says the thing that I like. I thought you was gonna hit that first, to be honest with you. But
what
it says, and it came to pass, and it says, and he came to the sheepcotes by the way, where there was a cave, and Saul went in to cover his feet.
Oh, yeah.
He had to go cover his feet.
Yeah, but we know he went to go use the restroom, right? So let me see. Where's that at?
3.
Yeah. So cover, like when you go study cover the feet here, it's talking about urinating.
That's a weird way of saying urinating.
No, I know. Trust me. When I first, years ago, I remember saying cover his feet, but it's talking about he went in there to urinate. This is what it's telling us. In the Hebrew, anyway, the Hebrew's telling us he went. So basically, while he was urinating, David came behind him and cut the piece of his robe.
Saul's not very slick, is he?
Bro, hey, he must have a hard push coming out, bro, because he must have been making a lot of noise. David snuck up behind him, Bubba. That boy was dropping gallons.
Hey,
you hear me?
He had prostate issues.
But the thing is, he got by his
cow peeing on a flat rock.
Yes, exactly. David's like, man, I'm just gonna go up there. She ain't even gonna hear me.
He got by all his guards. Think about that.
But when you when you go a little bit deeper, right, you start seeing that the caves are representing the stony heart. You'll see that
bro.
What?
That word, you just put me onto something. I never saw this. That's crazy. It actually says defecate. To cover is to defecate.
Yeah, because our feet is supposed to go preach the gospel of peace, right? So he goes in there and he's covering his feet. He's relieving himself, but
defecate. Yep. Look, I'm gonna open up my camera so people don't think we're just making stuff up. Like, oh, they're making stuff up again. Here they go.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's important. You have to study the Hebrew, man, so you can because here's the thing. How's the story itself how are you going to get the story right if you're not trying to understand it in Hebrew? You're not going to get the story correct. You're just not. Oh, let me put you up. Hold up. What word is being used there for it? Tell us what word is what?
To cover.
Okay, so to cover is what Hebrew word?
Right there.
Well, put it in the center.
Strong's H, 5526. Sachach.
Oh, man, I'm about to mess with my kids. I'm about to go sachach.
Okay, so now show us what the word means in English, because you're not showing that. Move left just a little bit, bro. Just a little bit. Right there. Okay, to cover, defecate. All right. Yeah.
That's crazy.
To use the restroom.
Dog had to go in there and take care of business.
He had
He's
to use
probably
the
with his
restroom.
iPhone reading the news, and that's why he wasn't paying attention.
Nah, bro, he got on there. He was listening to Descaled, but he was one of the ones in the comments mocking us because he didn't get it.
He was in there reading some of the tablets of how the news came back then on stone tablets.
On stone tablets, bro. Yeah. He had 2 or 3 of them.
It's like we have 15.
No, bro, he was
10
trying to figure out
commandments.
this once saved, always saved because he knew he was in a mess.
Hey, yeah, no,
Am
what
I-
he did. Oh, go ahead, Jordan.
Am I still wrong to see it as, the stony heart? The stony heart's produced by the stone, the law. And so to cut that
No, that's
robe
what
is still to cut the veil, right?
Okay, so he's in the stony heart. Watch this. And all right, so get your water shoes on. So picture this. Okay, picture this. So so the cave is the stony heart. All right. Now remember, every man still has like this. I'm talking about after Adam. Okay. Every man still had like this option, like this imagination to enter, quote unquote, the secret place. Now remember, the secret place has been desolated. Y'all with me so far?
Yep.
Okay. So when they entered the secret place, what was it that they entered? Like when someone went somewhere for comfort, where did they go?
Say it again.
When a person after Adam, a person from the first Adam, when they went somewhere for comfort,
the cave,
spiritually,
they would go to a cave, physically.
Right. Physically. Okay. So spiritually, that's where they went, the stony heart. Remember, the heart.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So whenever the person went there, is it a coincidence David is there? Love happens to be there in this place?
Right.
Right? So when Elisha went into the cave, why was God there?
Yeah, and then David went to the cave of Adullam as well with the other men. They were all in there, depressed, dripping, and whatever the other word was.
Right. So when we were at a fallen state, we tried to go to the secret place. This is how we were created. But the secret place was desolate. It was not the Garden of Eden anymore. It was a stony heart. And so every time we went there, God is there. But the problem is we were not what we're supposed to be. So the place that we went, God went there for mercy. But it's not a coincidence. I'm kind of going a little too deep, but if you understand what I'm trying to tell you is when you see these people going into these caves, is it always a coincidence that love or God or something of God is always right there? Because he knows that we're trying to get back to this place, but it's not alive. It's unalived. It's stony. That's why the Bible tells us that I will remove your stony heart and replace it with the heart of flesh. Because Jesus is the flesh. Jesus said, if you don't eat of my flesh, you will never have everlasting life. So how can your stony heart be replaced if you're not eating of him? Right?
Yeah. So is the stone that rolled away from the stony heart cave, would that be the law rolling away from the heart?
Well, yeah. So the remember, from the very beginning, the reason that the stony heart happened is because men understood something. Good and evil. Good and evil is the lie. There is no such thing as good and evil. That's the lie. The only thing that is real for us is life, who is Christ. That's the only thing that is real. So and again, I know it's not easy to even take what I'm saying, but if God wanted Adam and Eve to understand good and evil, he would have created them with it. He didn't. He did not create them to know good and evil. He only created them to know life. That's why it's important to only have faith in Christ, because he's the tree of life. Nothing has changed. Amen. Nothing has changed. There's not 50,000 secretive things going on in the Bible. It seems secret, but when you start seeing the secret, it still points to Christ every time. So it's not like there's thousands of secrets. No. There's thousands of things that are telling us about one secret, but they all contest of Christ. The whole Old Testament was just pointing fingers to Christ the whole time. So, there might be some people thinking, what in the heck are y'all talking about? So I know it's not easy to see at first. Trust me, I get it. But, again, every one of us, our imagination is important. And we use our imagination to go to the secret place. But when we were not born again, when you went to their secret place, you were in hell. There was no other place to go. That's why when Jonah went to the belly, when he got swallowed by the big fish, it's talking about his belly, and he called that place hell because it was his feelings. He was trying to go to a place of comfort, but he left Joppa, which is beautiful. He already left the place of comfort. So without God, there is no place of comfort without him. And so Saul, look at Saul's behavior. There's no place of comfort. He needed David to comfort him because David symbolically represented Christ. That's why David played the harp. And it says the evil spirits left him because he was seeking the place of comfort. Before Christ did what he did, there was no place of comfort. So anytime that we, a human, after Adam, was sad or in some hard time, and you would close your eyes and you're like, oh my God, if you just think about yourself, having a hard time, and think about people who are not saved, and they go to like their mind or they go to their heart and they're like, oh man, this is so hard. They're seeking a place of comfort, but their heart is not reborn. So therefore, there is no true secret place. It's a dark hole. And when you talk to people who are not saved and they finally start opening up to you, they all explain it the same way, man. They all sound like Jonah, every one of them. That's because they go to a cold cave and they don't know how to get out of it. They don't understand. They're not understanding what's wrong, and that's why people in this world see God as bad, because they see bad stuff. And that's the level of understanding all this. Their level is there's good people and bad people. I had a conversation with the person yesterday. He's like, I'm good. I'm not going to hell. I'm good. And I said, bro, where are you even getting the idea of hell and good and bad? Where are you getting these ideas at? See, it's so true, the whole good and evil thing. It's so true that people that say they don't believe in God, they know at least that part's true, that there's good people and there's bad people, but they're believing the lie, that there's a such thing as good and evil. There's not. I'm not saying that if a man is bad, like real bad, and then someone's being real good, I'm not saying that you're not smart enough to point your finger and say he's good and he's bad. I'm not talking about that. I'm saying that there is no such thing as good and evil when your eyes are on Christ. There is no good and evil. There's only good and evil when you focus on what is good and what is evil. Whatever your eyes are on, that is what's true to you. So when a person understands that Christ is the tree of life, that means that the tree of knowledge and good and evil, which is Satan, that's the merchandise to make people believe that there's good and there's evil. There's not. There's only Christ. This is the problem with people under the law. All they see is good and evil, good and evil. That's all they see. They don't see the tree of life. You can tell them that the tree of life is Christ, and they'll come into agreement with you because it is true that he's life. But because the only thing that their conscience is focused on is the law, they are focused on the tree of knowledge of good and evil.
Yeah.
The law.
Yeah. So
in
other words, in other words, you're saying you don't go to the tree of life and pick off the fruit and like, oh, this is an apple that is good and evil. How'd that grow on this tree? It doesn't grow on there.
Yeah, so
because if you look to the tree of life and you eat from that, you're not going to eat from the other one.
Yeah, like if you're eating from the tree of life, how in the world could you be focusing on what's good and evil if you're eating that of life? Because let's say in order to eat from the tree of life, your back has to be towards the tree of knowledge and good and evil. So let's say that the tree of knowledge and good and evil is behind you, and you're facing the tree of life and eating from that. Show me In that depiction, as far as your eyes can see, where is good and evil at then? That's why Jesus said, "Get behind me, Satan. Get behind me." Because his eyes is only focused on what is true. Right? So when something is true, that's what you keep your eyes on, because that is true. But in this world, our physical body understands that there's good and there's evil in this physical body. And the Bible makes it clear that in this flesh, there's no good thing. So whatever your flesh is telling you is not the truth. It's not true. What is true is Christ. Christ is true, the tree of life. That's what's true. And so the battle is your spirit is pointing to Christ, but your flesh is pointing to good and evil, and we can see both. That's the problem. We can see both, and it's hard to distinguish which one's real because we can see both. Again, I'm talking about people that are saved. We can see both. That's why it says be wise as a serpent, talking about your flesh, but gentle as a dove, talking about your spirit, on how you're supposed to treat people, because we understand why they see what they see. We understand.
%. I think we can continue on this conversation for a week easy.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, but I think we need to go over God's or Jesus's captain mindset. You know, his initiative. We need to
should do that. You want to you want to do it like all next week, because it's probably gonna take us a week to go over on it.
Yeah, well, I mean, if I don't jump the gun, sometimes it's hard, but we definitely need to do it Monday. So you can, bro. We need to make a video. You keep forgetting to make videos. You make them better than I do.
Of what which one?
Of what we're going to talk about. We can talk about.
Oh yeah, I could do that. I'll do one for the Jesus captain mindset.
I don't know how to word it yet. I'm just saying that, just so you understand what I'm saying. But
the commander in chief.
Well, I'll send you a text of like what would make sense, I guess. But as of right now, you kind of understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, 100%. All right.
Him taking initiative, yeah. But has anybody got anything to say? Because we got a few minutes before we roll out.
Yeah, I better say your goodbyes right now.
So gentleness would be assertive gentleness. It'd be bold and direct, but not bringing a personal attack.
Like, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean?
Is that how like gentleness would be, like when it talks about like treating everyone with gentleness?
Yeah, gentleness gentleness is talking about through the Spirit, which is love, mercy, and grace. Right? That's what gentleness is, love. So, okay.
Right, but people get mad when you speak assertive. They're like, "Oh, you're being unkind, or you're not being gentle, you're being mean." And it's like, you're just being assertive.
Yeah. Okay. So, well, that's another thing, right? So so again, remember, we wrestle not against flesh and blood, right? Okay. So if someone, if you tell a spiritual truth to someone that is focused on what is good and evil, or they're not even saved in that matter, then you're casting pearls to swine, right? And so, like, for instance, an atheist person would say, "Oh, so you go minister the gospel, but if they don't receive what you're saying, then they're swine." It's like, oh man, dude, like wow, bro, like, there's so many ways that you can twist, like, oh no, you're not being assertive. You're trying to teach people stuff that's not real. It doesn't matter what you say, how you say it. The 12 spies went into the land of Canaan. They went in the land of Canaan to spy it out. But when they came back, bro, they came back with ideas from the people that lived there. Like, just think about that just for a second. It's completely 100% going off of what you're saying. It really is, because it's a mindset. right? So they go into the land of Canaan, and they came back and they basically said, all right, let me tell y'all how those people thought of us. What? Bro, you were told to go into the land and spy. We did spy. Okay, well, what did you see? I saw people that were bigger and stronger than us. That's what you saw. But when Joshua and Caleb spoke, they saw something completely different, right? Because it's the heart that sees the correct thing. The correct heart sees the correct thing. The flesh sees something completely different. So when you're being assertive with someone and the flesh feels like it's getting attacked, it's evidently clear what part of them is getting offended. It's not their spirit, it's their flesh. And the Bible tells us that we wrestle not against flesh, which means something's wrong somewhere, right? You don't have to pinpoint exactly what that is, but something's wrong, right? So being assertive is the best way. Being passive is horrible. Being aggressive, obviously, not the right choice, but being assertive, 100%. You know, so being gentle with someone is talking about using the spirit. Your flesh doesn't know how to be gentle, but your spirit does. Spirit knows how to be gentle, and the spirit is love. So, you know, Benjamin, what's going on, dude?
What's up, brother? How you doing?
Doing amazing.
Doing well. Good to see you. What's up, Dre? What's up, Jordan? Jesse, Taylor, Bill. Man, we got a whole crew up in this house.
What's up, John Boy? John Boy in the house?
Who's Texas P? I don't think I know Texas P at the bottom.
It's me, Pink.
Oh, what's up, Pink?
Hey.
All I see is Texas and then the letter P. So
man, what they do?
Hey, brothers.
Hey, Trot, that's my great grandfather.
Hold on, let me look. That's your what?
Great grandfather.
My God, he looks like a Israeli in a movie. Lachim.
He was Jewish. That's during World War II. He had to travel from Romania. He had to go through Romania during World War II through Venezuela. That's how we ended up in Venezuela.
Oh yeah? What tribe is he from?
It's I don't remember the name. It starts with a B, but it's a certain Jewish tribe that wore
Benjamin.
those. No, it's not Benjamin. But it's a certain sect of Jews in Romania that wore those types of hats. That's how you can tell what sect he's from or whatever.
Yeah, well, he definitely passed his beard down to you.
Oh, 100%. That's what my dad said. He said, "Man, I wish I would have got the beard because my dad
he got the beard, bro. It take it'd probably take like 2,000 pair of scissors to cut your beard.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I know his mouth used to be dirty eating them. He need to trim that mustache.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah. So make that video. I'll send you a text like how to title it or whatever, and I'll probably throw something out there just to kind of like show a few different pictures like you normally do. And then that Monday, that's what we'll talk about. We'll, just for everybody listening, I don't know. I don't like putting titles on things. Okay, I really don't. But sometimes you have to just at least give someone an idea of what you're trying to say or what you're getting at. But we're going to talk about Jesus initiations in the Old Testament. I feel like we've done a lot of shadows of Christ. So now when we go over them in a different way to talk about like the initiation. So some of the lingo in the Old Testament will start clicking so you can understand why certain phrases are used, how they're used. And, they don't mean the same thing as they do in 2023 in the westernized sight that we have. But yeah, unless somebody's got something to say, we're going to bounce. Benjamin comes literally at 10 o'clock. He's like, oh, they're about to get off. Let me hop on.
Right.
You know me. I'm up late. I sleep in late.
Yeah.
Benjamin was probably
we're always. Me and Benjamin are always. What? He what?
He was probably debating oneness versus Trinity all night.
Uh-oh.
I was fellowshipping with Jordan and Heather. I mean, there is the occasional time where I got to jump in and be like, yo, guys, they're the same thing, basically. It's just you're not seeing both perspectives. You think only one's right. But,
Yeah.
All right, guys, I'm out of here. God bless y'all.
All right, have a good one.
Bless.
Hey,
Have a blessed
Hebrews, you popped up, man. What's up before we bounce?
Yeah, I was just seeing if we could talk about Revelation real quick.
Oh my Lord, yeah, you did that on purpose. Yeah, yeah, you did that on purpose. Yeah, absolutely not. I better not do any of that.
I love you
Yeah,
guys.
you got a joke before we go or what?
No, I don't. I just came to ask if we could go over Revelation. That's it.
Oh, listen to this, man. No, y'all can start a live and y'all go over Revelation.
Cool. Yeah. All right. Can I invite you?
Can you invite me to your live?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll start
to talk about Revelation.
I'm not coming up on the panel.
Awesome.
Look at Brett. Brett, what's up, bro? The word became flesh. We say, what about privately? Oh, nice try. Yeah, fine. If you want to DM me a question, you can. But depending on which question it is, I'm going to let you know straight up, dude. Like, if you want to talk about the white horse or the seven seals, nah, bro, probably not. No, there's too many people that, jeez, dude. I said what I said about the seals, man. I'm leaving it at that.
No, I just wanted to come up and give you a hard time, Chad. I haven't seen you in a bit, so.
Phone call. Brett, just DM me, bro. No problem. DM me. Whatever you got to say, like that right there, DM me that right there. No big deal. I don't mind DMs. Don't mind them at all. All right, well, shoot. We're already out, man. Hey, let's see. Today is, what's the date today?
July 6th.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It's the 6th. Yeah.
Want me to pray us out, or you actually closing down?
No, we don't pray in or pray out, dude. If you want to pray, come and we do like an intercession or like a where you can pray like literally halfway through. So tomorrow, pop in around, let's see, 8:30, probably about 8:30, somewhere around there, and you can pray as long as you want. I don't know why. Every time somebody wants to pray, I say, well, do you want to pray like in the middle? Nobody wants to pray in the middle. I don't understand. But if anybody ever feels like they want to, pray, 8:30 is the time to do it. But we're going to go ahead and bounce, man. Love everybody. God bless you. Hey, we'll see you. Hold on. Wait a minute. Wait. Time out. If I didn't let Brett come up here, I would have never heard the end of it. Bubba, I did not know you requested. What's up, man?
I just requested, bro. I'm about to go to bed myself. No, bro. Hey, I don't want to say anything. I just want to listen to you teach on Revelation. Just mute everybody and you just talk. Nobody has to say nothing, bro. You turn the comments off and you just start going through it. I'm serious.
Man, you know how many questions, bro? You know how many questions? Like,
I don't care. Ignore them. I just want to listen.
Dude. Golly,
what did you say about the two witnesses and the lampstands earlier?
Oh no, I didn't. The witnesses and the lampstands.
Didn't you say something about the witnesses and the lampstands?
No, today.
Well, hey, try it. I got one question for you though.
Okay.
Revelation 22:17, and the Spirit and the bride say, "Come," right?
Okay. What about it?
So couldn't that be a reference to the two witnesses?
Oh, no. Listen, I didn't talk about two witnesses. I did not. The only thing I said, it was about the seven seals. I asked a very simple question about the seven seals.
I missed it. What was it?
Yeah, I missed it too. Whatever you said, what was it?
All right, look, I'm gonna say it again, and after this, I'm out. Okay, the question was this.
Yes, sir.
It's a yes or no.
Thank you.
What? Well, I have to have an answer to the question, though. The question is this: if you had a scroll right in front of you, in your hands, a scroll, and there was one seal on it, just one, if you broke that seal, could you read the scroll? That's the question I asked.
Yes.
You could. Okay. So if there were seven seals on one scroll, and you broke one of the seals, could you read the scroll?
Yeah. I
You
mean,
could. There's
you'd
7
have to
seals
break all
on the.
7 to read it.
I know, but my
You'd have to.
question
No,
is,
you'd have to
hold
break
on,
all
hold on.
7 seals.
I know, but okay. So, but my question is this. Here's
So,
my
in
question.
other words, you can't read it if there's only one broken, but there's 7
I'm not
seals.
saying. I'm not
Guys, come
saying
on,
none of
let him
that. This
talk.
is
Let him
all I'm
talk.
saying is this. All I'm saying is this. If you
No,
had
no, no.
one
I can't hear you.
scroll,
Listen.
what?
So
What
you
happened?
couldn't
Oh, everybody
repeat.
was talking. I couldn't hear.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no. All I'm saying is this. If you had one scroll in front of you, and on that scroll there were 7 seals, and one of the seals were broken, the question I'm asking is, it's a yes or no, can you read the scroll if only one seal of the 7 are broken?
I would say no.
Well, the answer is
I
no.
could be wrong.
That's the answer, that you cannot read it. Okay, now, that doesn't mean there's more to add to that, but I'm telling you right now, if you can't start right there, you're half of the book of Revelation ain't gonna make no sense. Because these very simple things are not, I don't know if people just don't want to see it, don't want to believe it. I don't know. Okay, but what I am saying is I'm telling you, when it comes to the scroll, this
Well, let me just
part
say
is.
this. I believe a lot of it.
Hold on, let him
Is
finish.
that
When it
accurate?
comes to the scroll, what? Let him finish real quick. When it comes to the scroll,
If a person does not want to believe the concept of what a scroll is, what a seal is, now right now I'm speaking carnal and physical. Okay, I'm gonna leave it at that, but it has to be understood what the scroll is, what the seals are. So physically, we know, I'm talking physically, a scroll is a rolled up book, piece of paper, whatever you want to call it. We can at least agree on that. And if it had one seal, one wax seal on it, and you broke it, you could read it. So now you just put the scroll back in front of you, put 7 seals on it, and break one of them, and you got to be honest with yourself. Can you read what's in there without breaking the other seals? The answer is no, you cannot. So
No, you can't.
you can't. Okay, so it may seem like what I'm saying is nothing, but I'm telling you, it is a huge nugget to Book of Revelation, because a lot of Revelation is hanging on these on the seals. So,
Brad, we got some homework to do, buddy.
anyway, hey, love you guys.
Man,
See
I'm
y'all.
too
See y'all.
tired, man. I'm just going for it.
See
I
y'all in
hate
the
it when
morning,
he
man.
does that crap, man. I wish he'd just spill the beans.